Hey kids, you're listening to the internet's wettest podcast about video games, consoles, and pancakes. The SML Podcast. Prepare for the SML Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This is the SML Podcast, and I am your host, Joe. Joining as usual, Bri and Aki are here, and we've got a Horror Acolyte joining as well. Jacob will be here later on in the show whenever he remembers that we're recording today. To be fair, we're recording an hour early tonight.
I don't care.
And on a completely different day.
Yeah.
Irrelevant. I still get to say, like usual, he's late. Okay, leave me alone.
I mean, he is late.
Yeah,
it's just a fact of life usual. At this point.
Well, I mean, technically you were late, Aki, because I got here before you did.
Yeah. What do you have to say for yourself?
I was trying to look at porn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let it slide.
There we go.
That's what they said.
Horror
Acolyte, how are you doing?
Not too bad overall, other than, a little tired, but other than that, pretty good.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Sounds like everyone's doing good. So, it's the end of the year. This is our last episode. Who's excited? I'm excited.
I'm excited for a break. I did my last stream earlier today, and I got an achievement. It was End of the World. I thought that was a fitting achievement for my last stream of the year.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's been a long year. We've done, maybe like 80 shows this year, something like that.
Entirely too damn many.
I'd have to go back and count what it was from, because we did take a few weeks off and a few shows off here and there. So it's not like we did the full 100 shows for 50 weeks. Maybe 90. There's been a lot. Talked about a lot of games. What are some of your favorite games that we've talked about this year?
I can't even remember the games that we talked about last week, yo.
I made a list of my favorite games of the year.
Oh my god, someone's prepared.
I think Horror is also prepared with a list.
Wait, am I the only incompetent one here? That's not fair.
No,
someone else has to join. Okay, good. I'm not the only.
I'm the host. I don't make lists. I just listen to everyone else share theirs.
Yeah.
And then I copy some of your answers when you ask me what my favorites were.
That's what I tend to do too. All right, cool. I'm like the host. Awesome.
I have a list of favorite games, and then I have a list of weirdest games of the year. Which do you want first?
Let's
weirdest.
Weird.
I've got to hear that.
All right. So weirdest games of the year for me were Local News with Cliff Rock Slide.
That was unique.
It was. It was a little bit weird.
Some streams of that. That was a weird one.
All right. The second weirdest one was Plumbers Don't Wear Ties.
That one sounds familiar.
It was, loosely call it a visual novel. An FMV game.
Yeah.
Loosely.
The really, really bad one from like the 3DO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had a lot of it was a very cool game preservation piece, but it was still really weird. But my top weirdest game of the year is called A Time Traveler's Guide to Past Delicacies. It is a game published by Sometimes You, and it involves a puppet that slowly descends into madness while you cook food from places you travel through time, and of course you totally fuck up time and things get weird. It's a very short experimental piece. It probably takes like 15-20 minutes to play through. It is the weirdest thing I played this year, for sure.
I'm gonna have to check that one out. I know I've heard people talk about it, but you sold me on it by saying puppet descending into madness in 20 minutes.
Yes.
A good one.
That would do it, yeah.
Any other weird ones? Or is that your full list?
That was my list of weirdest games of the year.
Any honorable mentions?
No, that was it. I think everything else was before this year.
I think that hamster training game was pretty weird this year.
Oh, I didn't play that one.
Oh no, that was
a me and Jacob game, I think.
That one was pretty distinctly unique.
Yeah, that was a weird one. Damn it. To do it again.
The Idle Duck game, yeah, Placid Plastic Duck Sim, or what is it?
Placid Plastic Duck Simulator, yep.
Oh, got my completion on that once again, which is good.
Good.
It was a lot quicker than I thought it would be.
I gotta say, I liked that game too much to put it in my weirdest game category. Like, I actually unironically enjoyed just having that up in the background, especially with the yodeling on the snow level. What was up with that? I don't know, but it was weirdly enjoyable.
Like, I can't say it was a fun game because it wasn't a game. It was just a screensaver. But it got me free achievements, and I didn't have to work for them.
I streamed it, and I named all of the ducks after people.
That's a good idea.
See? So people came in, and I'm like, oh, you want a duck? What duck best fits your personality? And we had fun choosing ducks.
So was there one that was like a Dookie Brown that you named Jacob?
Jacob didn't come to my stream, so he didn't get a duck named after him.
Jacob doesn't know how to properly use Twitch.
That is also my understanding. I don't think he gets the... He thinks that game videos should be silent, and they should just be like gameplay guides.
And he should do gameplay guides. Twitch is not gameplay guides. Like, we got to sit him down and have a discussion.
He needs to YouTube.
We really don't need to have a discussion with Jacob. We have enough of those already.
I think he's coming to visit me tomorrow. I'll have to ask him when he joins, when he's showing up.
I'm so sorry, Joe.
Nah, he's my best friend. I love the guy. I know it's fun to shit on him, but, you know, I'm thankful for all he does for this show. He does a lot. He's reliable. He takes games that other people wouldn't touch.
Yeah.
He saved my neck a number of times, so, you know, he's a good hand. He's weird, but so are all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Or what kind of weird games can you think of?
Pretty much the ones Lady Marguerite mentioned, especially the one from Sometimes You. The puppet one was probably like the strangest game that I've seen someone play this year. I didn't play it myself, though. But it was pretty messed up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm amazed no one said, like, Goat Sim Remaster.
Oh, that's just fun.
Yeah, that's just normal now.
Yeah, that's just normal.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Goat Sim would have been weird like a decade ago.
Fun fact, when Goat Sim was originally announced, they announced it on April Fool's Day. And they're like, but seriously, this isn't a joke. And I was
these years later, it still is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at Thimber in chat being Team Jacob.
Yeah. Oh man,
sharing
my
that
throat
face.
is all froggy after eating pizza.
So what kind of pizza did you have? What toppings did you go with?
It was a supreme type pizza, but I don't like red sauce on pizza, so I get the garlic parmesan sauce.
Oh.
And I don't like onions on pizza for some reason, so it's like an everything but onions pizza. Well, obviously not like anchovies and pineapple and stuff, but like the, whatever. I think it's called an extravaganza. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a tomato sauce on the pizza guy. I've never tried it with the garlic parmesan. That sounds good though.
It's pretty life-changing. I gotta say. It's a good pizza.
And then I don't do onions on anything. So.
Oh, well, yeah, that's fair.
Oh, I hate onions. Oh, I fucking hate onions.
I like them, but they have to be really chopped up because I have a trouble biting through the skin of them.
Oh, the texture, just chomping into an onion. Like when you get a burger at McDonald's and you chomp into an onion when you're not expecting it. Ugh. Oh, makes me gag.
Fair.
I don't like them on burgers as much, but
like even if at McDonald's they accidentally had onions on it and swiped them off and just put ketchup on, I'll taste it and I'll know it and I won't eat that burger.
See, that's my problem with bad pickles. I love pickles, but I don't like pickles on like fast food places because they use like rehydrated pickle chips and they're all gross to me. And I don't like I don't even want the flavor of their pickles on there. It just does not taste right. It's not a good pickle. It's like leave it alone. Don't let it touch my burger.
Huh.
No Vlasic. Hockey, any weird games?
No, I would have thought that the goat sim one was weird, but squirrel with a gun maybe. That was a pretty.
That's a good
one.
contender. That's a weird one.
Yeah, that was
a good premise.
yeah, it was.
It got one of its free updates already. I think it was photo mode,
and it was Oxymom approved.
It was.
Yeah, nice.
We should give a shout out to the Patrick Star game for being weird too, because it's basically Goat Sim for kids.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And we're giving it away thanks to Outright Games.
Woot.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll be giving that away in probably like 20-30 minutes or so. So, Horror Acolyte, you said you had a list of games. What's on your list?
Yeah, this was a tough list to write. I actually made like a preliminary list that was like 23 games long, and I like to narrow it down to 10.
Wow.
And that took some effort. I was surprised when I started writing this list because I keep like an itemized list of all the games I played this year, and at first glance I was like, oh, I didn't think there was that many that I loved this year, but yeah, there was like 20 something, and I was like, holy shit. But yeah, I finally got the top 10 though, yeah, and it's no particular order, but Bolitro obviously on there.
Nice.
Full Quiet was one I really enjoyed. It's also a game that I didn't hear anyone talk about really the entire year, which I thought was kind of crazy. But I don't know if any of you guys remember that one. It was.
No.
I played it more for the achievements than I did for the game. I did not click with the game the way you did, but I watched you play it and I enjoyed that.
Yeah, they made it one of the easy achievement ones, so you can get them in I think it was 10, 15 minutes or something like that. The actual game, though, was actually quite challenging to finish. Yeah, it's like a homebrew Nintendo game, like sci-fi, adventure, mystery, and with puzzle elements. Oh, man, it was really good for a Nintendo-made game. But yeah, Full Quiet. Teardown was another really good one.
I heard that was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, I'm not big into this chaos destruction games, but the kind of puzzle-esque elements trying to do all the heists in the 1 minute time frame was hectic, but it was actually quite fun. There were so many of them. I got down to the last literally less than a second to finish the mission, and oh man, it was really satisfying to solve some of those. Then a really divisive game that I know people either love or hate generally is Scorn. I really liked.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah, that's a weird one just for me, just because I thought a lot of the gameplay mechanics were really unoptimized, especially with the combat. But the visual style to that game is probably some of the best I've seen in an adventure game. Puzzle
I
elements.
enjoyed Scorn.
When I
know Ima hated it. But yeah, you should definitely check it out. It's you might hate it though. It's you'll know pretty quick, probably in the first 25 minutes or so. Yeah, Killing Time Resurrected, which was one I reviewed for the show. I was really anticipating that game, and it did not disappoint me. I think Night Dive does a really great job with their remasters, and yeah, it really showed on that one. Paper Trail is another really good one. Not sure if many people played that one. I saw this year as well.
That one was good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I liked the puzzle design in that game. Story was not the best, but yeah, they did a great job with the visual style and tying it to their papercraft puzzle design. It was really good. Brotato, I think that's one a lot of people played though.
Yeah, that's.
I haven't played that one.
You haven't played that one yet?
No, I've gotten to this point with survivor style games. I'm a little over them.
You got to try this one, especially if you like getting achievements every day.
I know. I've heard
because it's an achievement gold mine.
Yeah.
There's so many weird values in there too.
Yeah, I feel like I've gotten so many for like showcase or review where I have to play them and I can't I reached my limit.
Do you own it? Am I going to have to gift it to you for Christmas?
No, I don't own it. I can play it on Game Pass.
Yeah, I guess I'm fortunate in that I haven't really played a lot of the auto battlers, so I haven't been burnt out on those. Which is probably why I really liked Brotato. It's like one of the only ones I played, and it was, I would say, by far the best one I played. So yeah, as of yet. But I still got to play Vampire Survivors, so we'll see. Yeah. But yeah, Guilty Gear Strive was another really good one. I used to love fighting games, but I kind of fallen out of them in recent years, and it kind of reminded me why I loved the genre so much. And yeah, it's very similar to one of my favorites of all time, which is Guilty Gear Zuka back on like PS2 era. But yeah, Withering Rooms, another really good one, which I reviewed for the show. I was really surprised with that one. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. It's a solo developer game that they did a fucking fantastic job. I think it was their first debut game as well, at least that I remember. But yeah, the game is tough as shit though.
Catching up on comments, Golden, I said Scorn was very moist.
Oh yeah, ultra moist.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Everyone loves that word, moist.
Well, that's what made the game so good, is the fact that like everything you did sort of
Squish.
Fell into this mesh of like flesh and machine. You hear like gulches everywhere. Like
splorch. Splorch. That is the word for the noise. Splorch.
Splorch.
Oh, such a fucking good game.
I hate my life.
Everything. Oh, get me excited about that game. I love little details in games, like even like reload animations and like the sound of them in that game. Oh, just fucking everything. It's so good. But yeah, I can't wait till they make their second game. I assume hopefully they're making one. But and yeah, my last one on the list was which I actually haven't even finished yet. I'm at the end of the game. Amnesia: The Bunker. Which is the first Amnesia game that I played, mainly because it was leaving Game Pass right now. I wanted to finish it before that, but I do own the other ones, or most of them. But yeah, The Bunker is really good. I love survival.
Got alarms going by my house right now.
Yep, I actually heard that. Holy shit.
That was loud.
Yeah, I never hear any of the stuff that you're like, oh yeah, can you all hear this? I'm the only one who ever can't, it appears. I'm glad I can finally hear something. Holy shit, it's a miracle.
I've realized that if I'm not talking, it won't pick up the background noise. The mic is pretty good at like not picking up noise unless I'm talking directly into the mic. But if I'm talking into the mic, it picks up everything.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. Anything else on your list, Horror?
It's the top 10. Then I had like a bunch of other ones that like kind of didn't make the cut. I'll quickly name off some of them, I guess. But Opus Echo Star Song, Superliminal, Crow Country, the System Shock remake, and Drova Forsaken Kin were a few of the ones that didn't quite make it, but thought about for a while.
I've wanted to try Drova, but it looks like it might be a bit too like overwhelming. Like too many decisions, too much to do. What's it like? Explain that one to me.
So it's an action adventure game with like a stamina based combat that kind of like brings the genre back to games you'd see almost on like maybe Super Nintendo, like early PC days possibly. And I actually haven't got very far in the story elements of the game, because like as soon as the game started, I went to like the first little area they direct you towards for some quests, and then I just started exploring the map. And you can explore it, at your own pace. And there's tons of monsters you'll run into that you're definitely too underpowered to tackle, which I sat there for probably an hour or two for a number of them trying to kill them. And they just kept demolishing me. But Yeah, it's a game that rewards exploration too, which I always love. You'll find like the most random shit all around the map, like really overpowered weapons that you're like, oh my god, how am I finding this like so early in the game? And yeah, if you explore, it's you'll also come across like shrines you can essentially sacrifice items to like upgrade your stats. The leveling system is kind of bare bones. You can specialize in 4 different weapon classes: spears, bows, swords, and axes. And they have like I think it's like 5 or 6 like upgrades you can get for those to like upgrade damage and get you like a few abilities and stuff for the weapons. But other than that, yeah, the combat stamina based. You also get a spell wheel, or I shouldn't say spell wheel. An ability wheel, and then on that wheel you can customize these different. I don't know how you like. They're not magic spells technically, but kind of. How they work is on this focus system, and with the focus system, you have to like deal damage to increase your focus bar. And then once you reach a certain allotment on that bar, you can activate one of the abilities. And yeah, the more damage you deal, the higher it goes. If you take damage, the focus bar depletes. And then on top of the focus abilities, you also get access to like one-time use spell scrolls. And I haven't really used any. I've been hoarding them like a rat, so I don't know much about how effective they are, but I always do that in games with it. They have like single-use items. I'll hoard them as much as I can.
I'm terrible at using items in RPGs.
Yes.
Like, a mega elixir? I'm going to save that for the final boss. And then I never use it.
Yeah.
You end the game with like 14 mega elixirs.
I'm installing Rotato right now.
Good. Yes.
One of my worst examples of that is I don't know if you ever played
Garfield Kart 2.
Yes, that auto-installed. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah, that was on sale, wasn't it?
Like $99.
Dirt cheap.
I had to. I saw it and I'm like, well, fuck it. And the gift message said play Brotato.
Yep.
I've been heard to play Brotato now. That's
all right. It's gonna happen.
Good.
It's next on my list.
That's your homework for 2025.
There you go.
You got 6 weeks to play a game.
All right, let's do it.
Oh shit.
I'll report back in the new year.
Sounds good. So Bri, what's on your list?
My list I narrowed down, and then I have a top 3.
Ooh,
so my short list is Hidden Cats in Spooky Town. That's my favorite of the Hidden Cats games. I was going to
say we need to give a shout out to that entire series.
Yeah, that entire series is great. Moving Houses. I enjoyed that one. House Flipper 2. Euden Chronicles 100 Heroes. We knew I was going to like that one.
Yeah.
Raging Loop. I wish Jacob was here so that he could chime in on that, because I know he really enjoyed the heck out of that too.
That is a great game.
Yep. Just Crow Things. A Little to the Left.
That was a fun one.
Yep. Duck Detective: The Secret Salami. And they just announced that they have a new game coming out to Steam sometime next year. A new standalone adventure.
Nice.
Little Kitty Big City.
Wasn't
nice. Bad. An awesome one.
Yep. Return to Grace. I really enjoyed. Short one.
What was that again?
Return to Grace.
Yeah, I don't recall that one.
I like that one a lot. Adam Wolf was a really good point-and-click adventure game. That one was really well done. I think worth mentioning. And I mean, a lot of these are ones that I reviewed on here as well. I'm super stoked that the Pixel remasters finally got here and I get to play those. So that's on my list. Yeah, I'm playing 6 right now. That was actually what my last achievement was, End of the World. I got to the point in the story where Kafka ends everything. So that was good. But
that just arrived today.
Yeah.
So to most people, you beat the game.
I know, right? But
imagine being a kid and knowing that wasn't the end of it. You're like, what?
Yeah, I know, right?
What else do you have to do?
Yeah. All right, but I actually came up with a top 3 that I haven't listed yet. And these are like...
Number 3.
Number 3, Botany Manor.
Nice.
I absolutely loved that game. I thought it was so well done. It was a fabulous puzzle game. I played it twice, and I had almost as much enjoyment, even though I already knew the answers to the puzzles, playing it the second time. And yeah, I just really enjoyed that one. It was not a long experience. It was just timed perfectly, and it was really, I highly recommend that one. It's on Game Pass still, if you haven't checked it out. Number 2, and this is just based on sheer enjoyment and amount of time I spent in this, was Hotel Renovator.
Ooh.
I know Jacob really enjoyed that one as well when he got the deluxe edition with all the fancy stuff, and he made some weird. I watched his stream, and he made some schizophrenic inducing wallpaper vomit room that was just But my number 1 game, I would say, out of everything I played this year, time I spent enjoying every moment of it, was Cat Quest 3.
There you go. That's what I was waiting for. Because that's my number 1. I don't have a top anything. I have a number 1, and it's Cat Quest 3. I thought that was easily the best game that I covered or played for the show this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just an incredible game, start to finish. Shout out to the devs for coming on and talking with us. Always that was fun to have them interview. On.
Yeah.
But man, what a solid game! I can't wait for more.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't want to give anything away, but the ending was pretty darn cool, and definitely leaves you wanting more. So, yeah.
So many puns in the game.
So many.
You get me excited to try that now. I've actually got it on my list to play. Probably early in the new year here.
There you go. So Bri's got to play Brotato, and you have to play Cat Quest.
I do.
Yeah. What's Aki got?
I have to probably buy the triple pack.
There is no triple pack. The first game's not on Xbox.
Oh, sorry, for Switch. They have a physical triple pack release.
Okay. There you go.
Yep.
That's a good purchase. I didn't know they had a triple pack. That's cool.
Yeah, and this was actually my introduction to the Cat Quest series. I actually finally went back and played Cat Quest 2 and Cat Quest 1 kind of in preparation for the interview. But yeah, that was my introduction to the series, was 3. So, yeah.
Yeah, good series, good games, good developers. How about stuff that we didn't cover for the show? What did you like? Because I got to give my props to Astrobot first off. That has been blowing up, and it is absolutely well deserved. I think that's one of the best games, best made games, like the most love and care put into a game that I've seen in years. It is just a passion project from Team Asobi, and it deserves all the praise it's getting.
Trying to think other things that I played this year that I haven't, that weren't things that I covered, that I just played to play, and I don't even know.
Had a lot of fun with Helldivers 2. I thought that was a pretty good one. New World Eternum. I lost a lot of time into that. If people are interested in that, I think it has a 4-hour trial. You can check the game out for free. And your progress carries over if you decide to pick it up.
Nice.
Yeah, I will say do not waste your money on the deluxe edition like I did. I thought it would come with like in-game currency and bonuses and all this other stuff. It comes with an armor skin and a mount. That's it.
What?
The mount's cool. It's a big fucking bear that I get to ride around on, and the armor transmog is really cool looking. I always convert it to that, but not worth the extra money at all.
Oh,
the game itself totally worth it though.
Goat Sim. I mean, I played the heck out of some Goat Sim 3 and Goat Sim Remastered, and I enjoyed all of that.
Tony said New World didn't captivate him enough to continue playing. How long did you play it? How much time did you put into it? Because I put, like 60 hours into it so far. But it's all been solo stuff. Like, because I don't have anyone to play MMOs with. I've just been playing like the solo story and exploring and doing side quests. It's basically like a new ESO to me. I just see other people here and there. I like it. I'm having fun with it.
Nice.
Path of Exile 2 just came out in game preview, but that's really solid so far. Hard as fuck, but
I'm gonna play it. I love the first one.
I can't get over their pricing on the game though. Like $30 to enter, not bad. $60 for some bonuses in the game, not bad. $100 for deluxe edition, okay, I'll deal with it. $370 for a fucking package is insane.
Yeah.
There's some people that obviously got like heavily invested in the first game, and I assume that would be targeted towards those individuals. But that is a pretty hefty price.
I can't imagine paying that much for a digital only game. Like I could do $120 if it comes with like a season pass and all that other good shit, but just cosmetics, I can't do it. Can't do it.
I was a little disappointed they didn't do the free-to-play model with this one.
It will be.
I know, like
it will be.
Oh, it is going to be free-to-play. Oh,
yeah, it's
so it's just like early access
right now. Yeah, paid early access.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad then.
Yeah, it will be. I don't know when it goes free, but it will be free to play.
I think the first one, if I remember correctly, had a kind of a stipulation where you couldn't use the in-game marketplace really to sell stuff unless you've like bought into that, which I assume they'll probably carry over into this game. But it was like a nominal price. I think it's only like $5 or $10 or something like that to buy in for to sell stuff on it. But
I don't know. I never really messed with that stuff.
Oh, the marketplace is really fun. I actually had a buddy where we like try and have a guess with items that are going to be like really good. So we like buy a bunch of them, and then we sell it at a shop and like get a bunch of in-game currency. And it was fucking fantastic. It was a lot of fun.
Nice. So what other games? What did you Aki? What did you enjoy this year that wasn't for the show?
I only played a few games this year that wasn't for the show, but the one that I really, really liked was Dave the Diver. I have thoroughly enjoyed my time with that game. I'm nowhere even remotely close to done with it, but I just find it really fun to go into the ocean and kill everything that moves, so I can turn it into seafood. It's pretty fun. Other than that, the only other game I've played that I can remember anyways that wasn't for review is I played some of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, trying to get that finished. It's great. But I've already
didn't you put like an ungodly amount of hours into that?
Oh yeah, I have about 400-ish hours in that game now, and I'm still not finished with the achievements. I'm close. I think I have like 3 left. And then I've played some of Open Roads, which is not bad. It's on Game Pass. It's not bad. I need to get around to finishing that.
Yeah.
That's all I can remember that I've played that wasn't for review. Because I mostly just play review games at this point.
What kind of news stories were you a fan of this year, or were not a fan of this year? Like what kind of stuff in the past year caught your interest news-wise? Anyone can answer.
Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I love seeing the success of Balatro and how well it's caught on, and like all their kind of in-game partnerships now with like random indie devs. Like they just introduced a new free card pack with like Enter the Gungeon themed card and a bunch of other ones. I'd love to see that game taken off. Probably changed that guy's life drastically. So that was my favorite thing this year.
Bri, what about you? What kind of news stories caught your eye?
I mean, it was just the large amount of layoffs and company shutdowns just really was very evident this year.
Yeah, they went a bit overboard with that shit by 100% of it.
Yeah. I've got some more of that in my list of things to talk about today too when we're getting to news here.
Yeah, but, I'm thinking we'll do general news first, and then we'll talk about Game Awards when Jacob gets here.
Yeah.
So, my big news this year is I wish Microsoft would figure out what the fuck they're doing as a company with Xbox.
Yeah.
Like, if they want to go third party, go third party. But don't string along your audience and be like, oh, well, we're going to announce this as an exclusive. And then a few months later, oh, here's the PlayStation version. Or like Outer Worlds 2 was announced as an Xbox exclusive. Latest trailer that they showed off, coming to PS5. I don't care. Just be honest. Be upfront. Tell us what the fuck you're doing.
At this point, I just assume if it's an Xbox game, it's coming out on everything.
Like, is there a reason to buy Avowed in February, or is a better version going to come out for PS5 Pro in November?
Yeah.
I've heard some rumors, I don't know if they're valid or not, but yeah, I've heard some rumors that some of the games actually don't run super well on the PS5 Pro. Maybe they're not like optimized to run on that hardware, and maybe that's the issue.
I've heard a lot of games with PS5 Pro patches run like garbage.
Yeah, so it'd be one of those situations like with Xbox when they were transitioning from like the Series X enhanced or Series S enhanced like to regular Xbox, and there'd be like tons of games that just wouldn't really run unless you had the newer version of the console, which is really silly. You shouldn't like be able to buy them if it's gonna essentially make the game unplayable.
Yeah.
Well, it's still new software. Of course, it's supposed to play better, but most of the games aren't for a while because they have to figure out what the fuck they're doing because it is completely new stuff.
Yeah,
it's true.
I think that's another big story this year is the PS5 Pro came out and kind of didn't set the world on fire. It didn't sell out pre-orders. Scalpers are losing money. Developers aren't having a good time with it. It seems like this might have been a miss on PlayStation and like how necessary it might be. Do you think they did the smart thing by doing a mid-gen refresh, or does Microsoft have the right idea by just waiting for the next gen?
I don't think it's necessarily bad to do a mid-gen refresh. After all, most of the consoles have had that. I mean, you had the Xbox 360, you had the Elite, you had the Xbox One, the Xbox One Slim. You know, we almost always have a mid-gen refresh. However, I think the biggest problem was the whole point of a console is it's cheap. When your console suddenly costs $700, which is the same cost as a fucking PC.
Now, to be fair, these days that's the same price as a graphics card.
Yeah. That was going to be one of my other news points of the year. Is graphics cards are still expensive.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, that's going to continue to be a thing because one of the major companies has outright stated to their investors they're going to keep a shortage so they can keep the price high.
Yeah.
So, because they found during COVID, the shortage people were still buying them. They're like, oh, so we can just purposely make less and sell it for more and still make a profit. Okay, we're just going to do that. That's easier. Jackasses.
Yeah, greed in general is just destroying everything. And we're seeing it in mainstream news of what greed is doing to this world, which I don't want to discuss on the show, but it's just stuff to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah. The video games is just a microcosm of everything else that's going on.
Yeah.
Everything that's happening here is happening everywhere the hell else, because the world just kind of sucks right now.
Yeah.
Because people kind of suck. But, eventually people will realize, hopefully, that this doesn't work. You can't just function on pure greed. Because you can't have everything, period. You just can't. But, yeah.
I guess we'll find out in the coming years, but Horror, what kind of news stories got you this year?
I don't think there's like too many things, honestly, that captivated me. I maybe pay a little less attention to the news than most people. Just keep my head on the ground. But,
you pay more attention to it than I do, I promise.
I do. I'm on Twitter a lot, so like obviously I see a bunch of
and
it.
it's her job to pay attention to the news.
Yeah, it's my job to pay attention. I don't. You pay more attention than I do, and it ain't even your job. So congratulations.
I just like I don't know. It's probably just focusing too much on social media, especially Twitter. But like the negativity online for like from gamers really like bothered me this year. I don't know why more so than previous years, but maybe it just seems like it's getting worse. Probably because I'm using mostly Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that's exactly why it seems like that. It's probably been just the same level of bad. It's just Twitter is a toxic shithole. It's all.
Oh yeah, it's pretty terrible. Regardless of which, if you're just gaming in general, it doesn't matter which platform you're playing on. Once in a while, you see some nice.
Find us on Blue Sky. You can check us out on Blue Sky.
Yeah,
we're doing all of our latest everythings because I fucking hate Twitter.
Yeah, because Twitter sucks.
Yeah, just for the people who don't use it, Blue Sky. There you go. Check it out. Link there.
Along the same lines, there was it's kind of Game Awards mentioned as well, but there was the one person, or one of the directors who accepted the award for the Fallout season, and when he came up to accept the award, he was like, "Yeah, and thank you to the New Vegas fans for not burning down my house." And if you learn Twitter all the time, you're like, "Yeah, that sounds about right."
Yeah. That's all I was thinking. It was. Yeah, that's probably a legitimate thanks for that, because you never know.
Yeah.
Oof. That was a big oof.
Oh, well, since we're talking news stories, should we talk about the news of the week?
Let's do it.
Because there is a lot of news of the week that we got to go through.
I've got a lot too, yeah.
We'll go through the little news bits first, and then we'll hit the Game Awards when Jacob shows up. Hopefully he shows up. Getting close to 9. The PS Plus game catalog for December was announced. A lot of games coming. They kind of started off with a miss, though. Forspoken.
What about it?
One.
It's coming to PS Plus for December.
I don't know much about that one.
I mean, it was a very mediocre at best game. It had
that's fair.
Very, very piss poor
writing, voice acting.
Yeah, for voice acting was okay. However, all the lines they wrote for the voices to say were
garbage.
Bad. Yeah, bad would be an understatement of just how terrible it was. Like, if you remember Mass Effect, "This is so bad my face hurts," or whatever it was. Yeah, the line, that sounds amazing compared to the lines they gave the people in Forspoken. It was so bad. Otherwise, it was apparently okay. It wasn't amazing or anything, but it was fine otherwise. But that was real bad.
I think that was also one of those games that started out kind of slow and then like became a bit better as you got significant ways into the game, which is always frustrating. It's really bad for initial impressions on games, especially.
Yeah. If you do want to try it and earn Xbox achievements, it is on the Windows Store. That's right. You can play it and get Xbox achievements, but you can't play it on Xbox. I'm kind of shocked that Square hasn't brought it over yet. But because they closed the studio, maybe they can't.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I just figure if it's on Windows Store, it's got to be basically ready for an Xbox release.
I would have played
Play
it
Anywhere. I don't know.
Xbox, honestly, even with the terrible lines in it, I would have played it. It looked like it was going to be a kind of fun game.
Play it on your PC.
I don't want to. I want to play it on a console.
I have it for PC. The big thing keeping me from wanting to play it on PC is the fact that it's like 120 gig.
It's that big? Jesus.
That's a lot of space for my PC that only has like 512 of solid state. Like, I do have a 1 terabyte hard drive as well, but the solid state is where the game has to install, and I don't have a lot of room on there.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, like, if I want to install it, Helldivers has to go bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, more games joining the PlayStation Plus game catalog for December. Sonic Frontiers, Rabbids Party of Legends,
Mm-hmm.
WRC Generations, Fist Forged in Shadow Torch,
Nice.
Jurassic World Evolution 2,
Okay.
Coffee Talk 1 and 2,
Nice.
Hell yes.
A Space for the Unbound,
Ooh, that's still on my list to play.
I don't know if I
that
know that one.
Fogs game, Phogs, Fogs,
Mm.
P-Hogs, and
I
then
don't know that
Biped.
I don't know that one either.
I don't know that one. I know Fogs, though.
Yeah, so
That's
that is
weird.
the lineup for December. The premium lineup is pretty good stuff, but they announced these as, some people claim they announced them as bonus games. I don't know if they did, but people are kind of bummed that there weren't more. Jack and Daxter joined,
Okay.
Nice.
Sly 2 and Sly 3.
Hmm.
Cool.
So cool to see those. I believe they all have trophy support as well. Microsoft, it'd be a great time to restart that backward compatibility program, I tell you that. And then for PSVR 2 owners, Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. Yep,
Okay.
that is the PlayStation Plus lineup. Game Pass got 2 extra games this week that were unannounced last week. For the King 2 and Hunt Showdown 1896 joined on the 12th.
Nice.
Yippee.
Before the King won another shot. I remember that game being really tough, and I tapped out for a little bit, but it seemed really cool.
Hockey, why are you so excited over these two?
Because they are, such good games.
How far away from the mic are you getting?
I've not moved at all, actually. The lack of enthusiasm I have is just so draining.
Fair.
I don't like the Hunt game. Just in general, it's
Never
just not
tried
my
it.
kind of game. So that's just so incredibly uninteresting to me. And I've already forgotten what the other one was.
For the King 2.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch Online got some new games. We already announced that Tetris for the NES was joining. But
Nice.
surprise, Tetris DX for the Game Boy also joined.
Nice.
Yay. Nintendo also now owns 100% of Monolith Soft, the Xenoblade devs. Yeah. Sales figure news, Balatro has sold 3.5 million copies so far.
All right. That's
Very
good
cool
stuff.
news. People Can Fly laid off 120 employees.
Fucking ouch.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, a lot of people gone there. And then last bit of news I have, little bit of breaking news because I got the email just before the show went live. Idea Factory International canceled 4 games for the Switch for the North American and European eShops. Neptunia Rebirth 1, 2, and 3, as well as Death End Request Code Z, are all scrapped for the Switch due to, quote, not complying with Nintendo guidelines. Whatever the fuck that means, because we have, like, titty games on the Switch. They were set to release May 21st. Death End will still release on the PS4 and PS5 next year sometime. But the Switch releases for the Neptunia Rebirths are gone.
Wow.
Oof, that sucks.
Yeah, I guess
Those are good games.
that doesn't bode well for a potential Xbox version.
Yeah.
I was hoping we'd see more Neptunia games on Xbox, but if Nintendo's shutting things down, what the fuck is in there?
Yeah.
Swimsuits.
I don't know. I have no idea. But that is the news I have. Aki, what kind of news do you have?
I have whatever news Bri is going to bring up. That's all my news. I gave it all to her.
Sounds good. A Horror Acolyte, any news on your end?
I think you've pretty much covered everything that I would have had.
All right, then Bri, let's hear yours.
All right. I'll just start at the top. It's a weird mishmash of information. Itch.io was taken down allegedly by Funko Pop's brand shield instead of marking the one offending game with a DMCA or whatever the heck that's called. The company appealed to the web hoster to take down the whole website. They claim it was an accident and that's not what was supposed to happen, but that's what happened.
Jeez.
Yeah, and apparently, after that, they apparently the mother of one of the owners of Itch.io got called and was questioned by some individuals of corporate nature, but that didn't specify exactly who those individuals were.
Thimber saying Funko called the owner's mom.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. And
do you know what your son is doing?
I'm just going to also remind everybody that the individual in charge of Funko right now was also the individual who sent the Pinkertons after somebody who got a pack of cards like 2 weeks early for Magic the Gathering when they worked at Hasbro. Same lady. Yeah. So, she was legitimately probably harassing the mother because she's a pile of dog shit. So, yeah, that's always great to keep in mind, folks.
So, yeah, that was a weird story this week.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Thank you.
more layoffs at Ilphonic this time. I don't know how many, but I happen to follow the social of the former community and social media manager, and that's how I found out about that. Let's see. Chained Echoes is getting a DLC Q2 of next year called Ashes of Elrond with a new playable character.
Oh.
That makes me so sad.
What? Why sad?
So that game for the physical edition has been in development, or production hell, I should say, for like so long.
Yeah.
I ordered that when it was announced, and like I still haven't gotten it yet.
Oh, geez.
And it sucks the DLC is coming out, and I don't know if they're going to make another version of it, but like it'd be really funny to see it be produced before the version that I ordered comes out.
Oh, yeah.
That would be awkward, but anyways.
I know Joe doesn't care about Fortnite, but I want to mention this one little tidbit. They're releasing Lego Brick Life.
Hold on. If you're going to talk about Fortnite, I'm going to go pee.
Okay. I'm only talking about it for a second.
Too bad.
All right.
They made me drink a lot.
So yeah, they're releasing a Lego Brick Life, a social role-play game mode. It launched on the 12th. That's yesterday. From this recording. And it will not be available in South Korea. I don't know the hows and whys of that, but very specifically, it was mentioned it will not be available in South Korea. So that's fun.
A smart move on their part, because like if you go on the main store page, like every now and then it'll show me like the fan-made games kind of lists, and like once in a while I'll see like these role-play style ones pop up on there, and there's enough of them that pop up every now and then to justify, I guess, making a separate section for that.
Yeah. I mean, while Joe's gone, I know you play Fortnite Horror. Are you excited about Season OG?
Oh, yeah. I've played a little bit of it so far, and it's nice to hear like all the original sound effects. It is awkward because I used to play the game in build mode, even though I wasn't like the most competent person. I was like, okay, I guess at the beginning of the game, and then once the skill gap kind of widened, I fell behind. So I don't really play that anymore now, though, because everyone I know that plays the game plays zero build. Yeah. And the original map is not really designed the best for zero build. But it's still fun going back to it. But yeah, a little different now.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, my next piece of news, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is now coming out earlier, February 4th.
I thought we talked about that last week.
Did we? I just heard it this week.
Oh. It sounds familiar. Maybe it's just an
I mentioned Kingdom Come the other day, but yeah.
It's been a long week for news for me. I also found out that there's a Toem 2 in the works. I'm pretty excited about that.
Dementia wants to know why horror is scared to play horror games.
I don't play nearly enough of them. It hurts me a little inside. That's the problem when you like too many game genres. It's like, I'm happy now when I see like games come out where I'm like, oh, I have no interest in that really. And then even then, like once in a while I'll play a game from a genre I don't really like and it surprises me, then I'll end up loving it. Like tower defense games I used to hate, but now after Kingdom Rush, I fucking try to play those a little bit more because that game was awesome. But anyways, yeah, I didn't play more horror games.
Zero interest in Indiana Jones. Then all the reviews are coming out saying it's really good. I'm like, shit, maybe I should try it.
How do you have zero interest in Indiana Jones?
I had only interest I had it was machine gun games, and then
Well, speaking of Indiana Jones stuff, I have a piece of news on there. I was reading on canyoupetthedog.com that you can't kill enemy dogs in Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. You can only scare them into a docile state with a whip or gunfire. If you point a gun at a defeated dog and pull the trigger, Indy will check his gun instead of firing. And I thought that was hella cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Very nice. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I thought some people would appreciate that information. Neon Hive, the developers of the recent game Slope Crashers, which I think, wasn't that one that Andy Sperry did recently?
Yep. Or no, Big Adam. Big Adam.
It was
did
Big
that
Adam.
one.
That's right. It was Big Adam. They were acquired by Cult Games, the creators of Galacticare. So that was that happened this week. Just yesterday, ZeniMax Online Studios saw 461 employees unionize with the Communications Workers of America. So they finally came to their agreement and got their union.
Good.
Very cool.
And let's see, I got two more news pieces. One is a little real life crossed over into video game news. The shooting of the United Healthcare CEO crossed over into video game news when stupid journalists at the New York Post stated that the man charged was playing the Assassin's video game called Among Us.
Gasp.
That is like the dumbest thing I've heard this week. Yeah.
I think they write that just to make controversy because like that's just dumb. I know.
It is. It's just dumb. But yeah, the last bits of news I have is my notes on the Day of the Devs Game Awards edition. There was a bunch of cool indie games announced. I don't know if you want me to launch into that now. And I also have some other tangential news.
Before we dive into that, should we draw a winner?
Let's do that.
For the Patrick Star game? Thanks to Outright Games once again for supplying us with a copy of the Patrick Star game for Xbox. We're about to draw a winner. If you are listening to this on MP3 or YouTube, you done fucked up. You should be here. Giveaway close. Giveaway draw. The winner is Retired USAF Gamer is the winner. Congrats to you. I will get you the code sent your way. Thimber's telling us not to forget Pimbleton Park. Is that in your notes anywhere?
Nope. I think I remember seeing it come across my feed, and then I totally didn't make any notes about it.
It is a pinball RPG.
I feel like that's something I should have probably covered if I had known that I was doing Ball Squad this week, but I didn't know until like last night that I was doing Ball Squad. It's been a week, man.
Man, I had people asking me today if we would review their game. I'm like, listen, man, we're going on break. Please just... Phil sent us a new game today, and I'm like, listen, we're going on break. I don't know if you want us to like store up all your games for a month and then just nail them all at once.
That's what I'm doing. I'm not going to
use these codes until I hear from you. So
yeah, I'm just going to review them when I get back in a couple weeks because I won't be gone quite as long as you. But if we do end up doing like a middle of January, like here's a little mini episode of a couple of AFIL games, like or whatever, like just let me know because I got to play them too. So.
Oh man. Well, I haven't heard from Retired Gamer yet. Hopefully they are listening and they hear this. We'll give them a few minutes to claim their prize.
Are they not subbed?
Have we heard from Jacob yet?
I have not heard from Jacob yet. I messaged him on Facebook. I'm like, you joining tonight? No reply yet.
What a wiener.
He is a wiener. So I think we'll just go into game
now
news.
The wiener song is in my head again.
Wiener, 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 one.
I fucking love that.
Next to another wiener.
That was probably one of my highlights of that show, actually. Was listening to that.
Wieners alongside the wiener.
All right, well,
Soft
I got one last
wiener, non-erect. Nice and soft.
Oh my gosh. I got one more piece of news that's related to the Game Awards, but is not about the Game Awards. And I'm going to post a link in chat if that's all right.
Okay.
There is a movement called, it's like the indie version of the Game Awards, called the Game Awards for games who can't afford the Game Awards. I've been following their Blue Sky. They have a website. You can go check out a showcase of nominated games. They were doing their show today to announce winners. They were having technical difficulties, so don't know if that happened. But if you want to check out indie games, see some cool stuff that came out this year, see some stuff that hasn't released yet because they're doing their own version of, the acronym is a little long. That's why I posted the link. But I look forward to checking out. I checked out the website earlier today, and they're going to be doing a YouTube. Like I said,
that their
they were
website has a spinning cat.
I was wondering how long it was going to take for you to mention that, Joe.
So that was my wholesome, happy news. And there's been quite the movement. Just, as I've been getting into Blue Sky and trying to find all the mutuals and all the old companies and stuff that I followed over on X. And, I'm finding new people because of the spirit of community that has been coming out of Blue Sky. And I really appreciate that. And that's what brought this to my attention, just seeing all these different people and these awards. I thought that was just a really great collection of indie games for you to look out for. And I'm really into my indies. So there you go.
Very cool. TGAGWCAGA.
Mouthful.
All right. I don't know what's up with Jacob. Should we get into the Game Awards?
Yeah. Or did you want me to do Day of the Devs first and give them a few more minutes?
Yeah, do Day of the Devs. We'll do Day of the Devs.
All right. So Day of the Devs was on Wednesday, and they, again, focusing on indies, they did a bunch of world premieres and some further looks at upcoming indie games. And so I have a short list here from the show to talk about. The first one was Far Away. It's about a shooting star drawing constellations and extracting life energy. Looked really cute.
Yeah, basically the star is constantly running out of energy, and in order to get energy to continue your journey, you have to make the constellations, which takes a little bit of their energy away from the stars that you turn into constellations. And it uses a bunch of rules where you can't hit the exact same thing over and over, so you can't just spin around the same star or anything. But after you make a few connections, you can go and circle around one of the prior ones and get a multiplier and stuff. It was pretty interesting looking.
Yeah. Next up was Ultimate Sheep Raccoon, a new party game from the creators of Ultimate Chicken Horse. Thank you for getting in front of my microphone, Teak.
Something new from Chicken Horse, Dabs?
Yes, Ultimate Sheep Raccoon.
Ultimate Sheep Raccoon.
Yeah, basically they're riding bikes, and it seemed like they were building a track.
Yeah, it has some similar building aspects to Ultimate Chicken Horse, and it's a party game. So yeah, Ultimate Sheep Raccoon.
Wait, making a course. There's a game like that. It's called Make Your Way or Make the Way, something like that. Me and Sperry played it on stream 2 weeks ago. It's basically a top-down RC Pro-Am racing game. Every person gets to pick a piece of track, and you lay it out, and then you race. And after a round, you earn points, and then you build a longer track, and you just keep building onto it and earning points. It's really cool.
That
I
seems
had a really good time with that one.
That seems to be the exact same vein of this, except for instead of top down, it's a side scroller instead.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Oh, I am in for that.
All right, next up was the one I told Aki she needed to go watch, Sleight of Hand. Third-person stealth game with strategic card play. You play as an occult detective, and it'll be on Game Pass.
I am actually really hyped for this. I saw this a year or two ago, and it was on my radar. I just didn't remember its name. But once I saw the very opening of this, I was like, oh, it's this game! I immediately knew what it was.
Mm-hmm. All right, next up was Demon Tides, a 3D platformer from the creator of Demon Turf. It looks like he's using similar characters, similar ideas, but it's, refreshed and new and, an improvement on his previous work.
Ember asks, what game was it again? Please repeat.
Demon Tides. Oh, the one before that was Sleight of Hand. I am dealing with a cat who is being a pain in the butt right now. Oh my gosh.
While you're dealing with a cat, I'll take this moment to announce that we have another giveaway going courtesy of Outright Games for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants Unleashed for Xbox, Series X and S, and Windows Store. One code gets all platforms because it's Play Anywhere. So rock on there. Get your entries in. We'll do giveaway for about an hour or so-ish. And then we'll draw a winner. But thank you again to Outright Games for donating this code to us that we can give away. And get your entries in. Once again, if you are listening on MP3 or YouTube, you got to join the live shows. So usually Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern time. But we're going on break, so we'll see you in like February.
You got time to figure out your schedules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
Next up, a weird one. This is a weird one called Kingmakers.
Yes.
The team goes back in time with the goal of uniting medieval England, but with modern weapons and technology. It's a third-person action game with city building and commanding troops. You can, drive a tank through a castle. Or you can ride a motorcycle with guns and medieval armor on.
Or you can drive a car through a whole bunch of soldiers.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking love that game.
That looks weird.
Yeah, this is another one I've been looking forward to for a while. I can't wait.
All right, next up was Recur. It's about a postman that can adjust time in a 2.5D puzzle platformer.
This looked really
cool
good.
Yeah. And then one of those developers who was seriously into their work announced Blueprints, a beautiful-looking atmospheric architectural adventure in an ever-changing house that is somehow also a roguelite strategy game. And he was kind of creepy how he announced the entire thing, and it's all about finding the secret room. And I don't know how else to explain that game.
I really hope this game has co-op, because I think I'd love to play this with you. I think we would both really like this game.
Yeah, I'm going to keep my eye on that one because I was intrigued, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And speaking of, oh, go ahead.
It seems like this is going to be a stereotypical puzzle game where it's like escape the room type, but the house is constantly feel like that shifting. To me.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. There was all this stuff about architectural stuff that was very confusing, and I wasn't sure what to make of it. And then they said it was like a roguelite strategy game, and I didn't know what to make of that either. So
that's because there's a mystery that you also have to solve by going through all the rooms, and they
were announcing it very mysteriously. So yes,
yeah. They did not give a lot of emphasis on any of this. It was just kind of like, hey, lots of rooms, lots of puzzles, lots of mystery. Have fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of reminded me of Paper Cut Mansion when you were describing it a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that, but nothing. It didn't look anything like that one. Yeah. Next up was Don't Stop Girly Pop Iconolatus. I think I said that right. Don't Stop Girly Pop is a Lisa Frank-inspired arena-style movement shooter where the faster you move, the more damage you do.
Yeah, it looked really cool. You get to customize your character with different fabrics and stuff. So there's lots of, dress up to it. But
and yes, you can do all denim.
Yeah. Also, the faster you move, the more damage you do, not only just because you're going fast, because the faster you go, like, if you have a gun, you might get more barrels the faster you go. So you might just end up with, like, 9 barrels. So every time you shoot, you're shooting 9 bullets.
Yeah.
It's really weird. It's not something I could play, but, man, it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks like Lisa Frank vomited all over it. It's bright and pink, and oh my god. Next up was a bit more subdued. It was a black and white puzzle game based on a book called Lock. It's Lock Digital, and it'll actually be available as of Wednesday. I think that means it was available yesterday, the day before. I don't know. Anyway, it's available. There you go. I don't really know how to explain it. It was a cool puzzle game.
It looked like they were teaching you a fake language that didn't have any real meaning. It seemed to be what it was doing, and how they were talking about it seemed like that. But it's not just a made-up language. It's a language that has no meaning to it either. Yeah. So it's like these... Neat. Yeah, these creatures are building a society, and you're learning their words, basically. Yeah, it's weird.
All right, next up, Neon Abyss 2 was announced. I enjoyed
I love Neon Abyss.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Neon Abyss. So there was a 2 announced. Following that was Crescent County, described.
This looks so cute.
Bear with me. Described as Kiki's delivery service meets road rash in a biker bar and got into a deep conversation about a new album. It's open world. And you are flying like a motorcycle broom, and I don't know what else to make of it, but that was a great description.
Yeah, basically you do deliveries during the day to make money so you can upgrade your broom so that you can race it at night. It looks really bitchin'. I'm all for this game.
And yeah. Next up was a game that I think will be on next year's Weirdest Game of the Year if it comes out.
Definitely.
It's called PBJ the Musical. You heard that right. Peanut Butter and Jelly the Musical. It is Shakespeare quotes and handmade paper animation, and I don't know how else to describe it, but I want it.
It's Monty Python.
Interesting.
It is so weird looking, and I want it. They showed a little clip from the lady who wrote the music, and she's wearing like some 60s flower pop dress, and she looks like the school cupcake mom, and I at the same time somehow, and she's just like perky and upbeat, and I don't know what to do with her either.
The gameplay very much reminds me of Monty Python's
a little bit, yeah,
openings and stuff with how they did all the paper cutouts and stuff.
Yeah, you have to move a peanut and a strawberry around, and it's supposed to be like a love story where the two of them get together and make a sandwich.
And then you move the sandwich around.
Yeah. I don't know. Next up was Curiosmos, where you create your own solar system. Wasn't sure what to make of that one.
Yeah. And when we say you create your own cosmos, we mean like... You're not like, oh, let's drop this planet here, let's drop this planet here. No, you collect stardust to create meteors and then turn those into bigger and bigger things until they become a planet. And then you can go into the planet and you can start putting like different weather patterns in to hopefully create life. It's very interesting. And at the end, what you're trying to do is stop a black hole from sucking up everything you've built. So that seems like that could be a very interesting game. I'm kind of iffy on it.
Next up was Bionic Bay, a 2D platformer where you control time to get by obstacles in a mechanical frontier. It'll be on PlayStation 5 and Steam.
This looked really good. It reminded me...
It looked interesting.
Yeah, it was like inside, but with time mechanics. I was very for that.
Yeah.
I love games like that.
Next was Inconbini, where you run a Japanese convenience store. It is coming to consoles and PC. It looks kind of like a store simulator, but it also looks like some of the story is told through the choices you make, and your story is partly the interactions you have with the community that comes into your store. And that seemed neat.
Yeah, I kind of want to play this really badly, just because I love those stores. They're great.
Mm-hmm.
They have fucking everything in them. They're fantastic little stores. And it just looks like a really chillax game.
Yeah. Next is a game
model.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I meant in Japan, apparently some of them like repeat the same song on loop like over and over again the entire day.
Wow. That would drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, the next game doesn't come out until 2026, and you'll understand why if you know anything about stop motion video. It's called Feltopia, and it is a hand-felted stop motion video game. You might want to tell Ashley about this, yeah. Where it's a 2D side-scrolling cute-em-up where you shoot corrupted things to transform them back to their former self instead of being violent. So it's a shoot-em-up.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a neat concept. The art looks beautiful. I'm also a felter, so I thought that was just super cool. But yeah. Next up was Blippo Plus from House, the people who made Untitled Goose Game. It is a weird classic TV game that I have no clue what is going on with, but I want it.
Sadly, I can't add anything to this because I couldn't watch the trailer.
Yeah, it was flashy.
Yeah, it was like ASCII art or whatever, ASCII art.
Yeah.
It was like that in motion constantly. I can't do that. So
yeah. And two more. We've got Hyperlight Breaker. Showed some gameplay of their co-op open world roguelite set in the Hyperlight world.
Very nice.
It looks so good.
And lastly, Tankhead, a post-apocalypse salvaged part tank fighter, which is available now on Epic.
Interesting.
I want to know if this is a single-player experience or if it's a multiplayer experience.
I think it's a multiplayer experience, but it's on Epic, so you'd have to go to Epic to find out.
If it was single-player, I would probably do it. If it's multiplayer, that game looks like it could be really fun if it's a single-player experience, because you play as a person who puts their conscience in a little robot, and they turn into a little flying robot to go around and collect parts for their tank to build it up, to upgrade it, whatever. Yeah, and then you drive around as a tank, destroying other tanks so you can get into new places. It looks so cool. But if it's against other people, I'm going to suck at it, and I don't want to play it.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, that was the day of the devs. Yeah.
Very cool.
Game Awards edition.
All right. Should we dive on to the Game Awards then?
Let's do it.
Sure.
All right. Let's try to speed through these. Starting with the pre-show, they showed off a brand new trailer coming from Dotemu, Koei Tecmo, and the Game Kitchen, who developed Blasphemous. They're doing Ninja Gaiden Ragebound.
It reminds me of the old Shinobi games.
Or the old Ninja Gaiden games.
I never played those, so.
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden.
Tough. The new ones were tough too, though.
They gave away an award for Best Fighting Game, which went to Tekken 8.
Right.
Cool.
Good for them. That was a cool one. A game called One Move Away coming 2025 to PC, PS5, and Series.
I'm sure Bri and I both want this.
Yeah, that one looked interesting.
Which one was this one?
That was the packing one. The car.
Yeah, you're packing stuff in a car so you can move from one house to a new house.
Oh, that one looks so good.
Yep.
I know, right?
Because, like, when we move, that's my job, is to pack everything. Because I'm good at Tetris.
I am good at car Tetris, yeah.
Yep.
After that was Early Access 2025 for Slay the Spire 2. Pretty cool. Everyone loves Slay the Spire. Best VR. You never played Slay the Spire?
What?
I don't think so.
You
Hard
should.
game. I'll play it.
Oh, if you don't play card games, it's one of the best, though.
That's why I probably haven't played it, was because it's a card game. I don't play very many of those.
Yeah.
So Bri's got to play Brotato, Horror's got to play the Cat Quest games, and now Aki's got to play Slay the Spire.
Is it on Xbox?
Yes.
Yes.
You whiner.
I was hoping you were going to say no, and then I could say, I don't think this computer can handle it.
Oh, it could.
Oh, okay.
Bones, yeah.
Best VR AR game went to Batman Arkham Shadow.
Fair.
Good stuff there. Longleaf Valley got a video. I don't remember this one at all.
I don't either.
I don't either, and I watched it twice in a row.
After that, there was another game from Mini Rocket that's coming late 2025. I didn't get a name on this one. Did they show a name on this one?
I don't know.
I don't. This is a weird pre-show. New game from Warren Spector coming in 2025 to PC, PS5, and series called Thick as Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know the prior game, I guess, was Dave the Diver in the Jungle. Because they brought that up. I guess that was the last one. I don't know who makes Dave the Diver, honestly, even though I really like the game. I don't remember the devs.
They gave away some esports awards that I don't give a shit about. And then they showed off Shadow Labyrinth, a dark, twisted take on Pac-Man from Bandai Namco.
Yeah, that was a what the fuck moment.
Cool as fuck.
It looks cool, but that was seriously a what the fuck moment.
Yeah.
I want to see more gameplay of this, because I'm still not entirely sure what kind of game this is.
Little Rocket Lab is the game I didn't see the name for. So there we go.
Interesting they announced that right after the Secret Levels premiere with that different take on Pac-Man.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. But after that, Yu Suzuki is doing a mobile game called Steel Paws on Netflix Games. So whatever. Games for Impact went to Neva.
Yep.
Fair.
Good win there. Tales of the Shire is coming March 25th to everything. New Lord of the Rings game.
We'll get to see Bri and Jacob fight each other.
That's like the one time I want to play like a farming cozy sim, and it's the Shire.
I think you can take him.
Yeah, let's go for the knees. Stalcraft Explorations was shown off. I don't remember anything about that.
It looked like a Roblox game to me.
And then I missed the title of this one. It's from Velen and Sony. It's some live service game that looked awful. So
yeah,
they went from Knockout City to this. So
were they running around in a dark room?
That game.
Thought it was called Starcrafter. Maybe, I don't know. Midnight Murder
that was
Club.
Midnight Murder Club. Yeah.
I'm not sold on it.
That could be okay. It wouldn't be for me, but there's a lot of people who like games like that. You just run around in a dark room and you try to kill each other.
I don't understand why companies are doing console-exclusive live service games.
Yeah, that seems like a poor choice when you've got the possibility of cross-platforming and having a wider audience. It feels like the technology, it just doesn't make sense.
Nope, not at all.
You want to have the largest player base possible for those games to succeed.
Yeah, otherwise you get foam stars.
Yeah.
Innovation and accessibility went to Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
Fair.
They won something.
Good for them, yay. Kaiora from the creators of Core Keeper had a video.
Yeah. I didn't really know what to make of that one.
Me neither.
It looked like a city builder, but you were mining and stuff. It seemed to be the main activities. There's a few games like this. I just don't remember any of their names because I don't really play these types of games.
Yeah. Best family game, Astrobot. Yay.
Yay.
Rematch, a game from the studio behind Sifu, coming summer 25 to PC, PS5, and Xbox.
It's football, but you're in a holographic area. It's meh.
Yay.
I would have preferred.
How do you go from Sifu to this?
I don't know. I would have preferred another Sifu because, God, that game was so fucking good.
I guess I don't care because I'm not a soccer fan. Like, I think the joke I made was it's Rocket League without the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very much so, yeah.
Because that's what it looked like. Then a preview for Solasta 2 coming early 25. And that was the pre-show.
Woohoo!
Yay. Main show started up and fucking Todd Howard and Troy Baker came out. And Harrison Ford showed up to the Game Awards.
Yeah.
That was
insane.
Harrison Ford gave some good jokes. Like, if I knew Troy Baker was going to be this good, I would have done the job myself.
Yep. Honestly, listening to that trailer, I would have believed it was Harrison Ford, to be honest.
Yeah, Troy Baker did a great job. But they gave out an award for best performance that went to Melina Jerkins from Hellblade 2.
Yeah.
She totally deserved it. And
her outfit, right?
Nice. Yes.
Right?
It was
that was the one you missed that I loved. Yes, that was my favorite outfit of the night.
And let's also point out this is the second time she got this, and the first time it was for the first Hellblade.
Yep.
She is phenomenal.
Yeah, she is.
I'm so glad she won that. She deserves it.
Next trailer they showed CD Projekt Red, The Witcher 4 is happening, and it looked insane.
Yeah, it looked really good.
And I still absolutely love Ciri.
Yeah, no year, but we'll see. Elden Ring Night Rain is coming next year. I believe it's a standalone expansion or a standalone game. I didn't get all the info out of this one. It's obviously from Bandai Namco, gonna hit everything that Elden Ring's on. I couldn't tell if this was standalone or DLC.
I don't know, but all I know is next year it's going to be nominated for all this shit all over again.
Timber, it's a standalone game, yeah, so it'll win everything next year. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth hitting a new platform, and it's PC.
So did somebody order a stripper?
Holy shit, you're late.
Yes, but that stripper sure as shit ain't you.
Well,
40 minutes ago, we ordered one.
I heard that you wanted one with big boobies, and they sent me.
No.
Aki, I have to tell you a really funny story about a stripper sometime.
Why wait?
I love being friends with Bri.
You can't just tease that and not proceed.
I mean, that's what strippers do, actually.
Yeah, but we got a kids game on the show. We should probably not.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've said a lot of bad stuff already.
Yeah, but this would be crossing a line.
All right.
What kind of line?
All of them.
No, that's
a line of coke. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth hitting PC in January.
Still no motherfucking Xbox.
Nope.
Those rat bastards.
They showed a few videos, one for Indiana Jones, one for Catley, and one for Path of Exile 2.
I really want to know more about that Catley game. I don't know what it is. They didn't show us really anything, and it's driving me nuts because it looks adorable from what little we did see.
They were like weird alien cats.
Yes.
Best action game went to Black Myth Wukong, and they did not announce an Xbox version.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
Also, they win something else later on and still didn't do it, so it's not coming to Xbox anytime soon. So let's just get that out of the way right here, right now, so your disappointment starts here and not later.
I mean, my disappointment already started here. I have to talk to you.
Fair.
I'll vaguely miss this. Jeez.
What?
I'll vaguely miss Aki during the month.
No, you won't. New game coming from the creator of Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, and The Last Guardian. It's an untitled project. It's going to be published by Epic. So, possible multi-platform?
Maybe. I want to know more about this. I really hate how he was like, there was so much emotion in that. It was literally a head of a robot pulling off and then getting hit by a shockwave. There's
Yeah, I
no
didn't
emotion in
understand what was
that
going
trailer. The fuck at all.
I don't
And he
know,
was
I thought it was
"There's
pretty good."
So much emotion.
I don't even know what game we're talking about.
It doesn't
And
have a
then
title.
Game Awards.
Oh. Yeah, we're going through the Game Awards right now because you missed literally everything else.
What do you mean everything else? I thought the Game Awards would get covered first.
No, we were
No.
covering it last so we could start it with you.
You know, we started at
you weren't
8,
here.
right?
Yeah, and I told you I wasn't going to be on until after my kids were in bed.
Which I expected around 9.
Yeah, well, Fridays are our movie nights.
What movie did you watch?
You can't complain about what you missed.
What movie did you watch?
Yeah,
it's this movie on Netflix called Spellbound.
I
don't know that one.
It's newer. I'm not familiar with the studio that did it. But it's about this girl whose parents have become like these monsters, and she's trying to get them to turn back into their human forms, and it turns out that it's all an allegory for divorce, and it's not handled great.
Oh, like almost everything else that's an allegory for divorce. Okay.
Yeah. Like it's not. I've seen worse children's films, but eesh.
Not a good one for the family.
No, I mean it's a fine. Like, I mean, there's nothing objectionable. It's just I could see kids whose parents like constantly fight, or like they've just gone through a divorce, like see this and be like, "Oh, cool, this will make everything better." And it's like,
nope.
We are sending message, like, you're writing checks you cannot cash.
Oof.
Good stuff.
And the thing is that like we didn't like, this is one of the few times that we actually like did not like read ahead. Because like as like conservative as Common Sense Media does lean, they still have like a pretty good handle on like what's actually in it, what's actually objectionable, like what's age appropriate. And we didn't bother looking up to see what review it was, because like it's highly rated on Netflix and like it's in like their top 10 right now. Yeah. The one time we didn't read ahead and we're like, this sounds like it's going to be crap.
Hold on, if this is going to keep going, it's Movie Watch. There.
I mean, there's no video game based on it, so I mean, I don't know if that really counts, though.
It's movie. You're talking about a movie, so it's Movie Watch.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, since we have to cover Sonic the Hedgehog, like we have to.
We're doing
Sonic
the Game
Movie
Awards.
Watch.
You're gonna wait.
Whoa! We just did Movie Watch, though.
We're doing the Game Awards. You're gonna wait.
No,
Civ 7, February 11th, coming out with crossplay. Outer Worlds 2 got a new trailer coming 2025 to Series X and S and PS5.
Hold on. Have we already discussed Split Fiction?
No.
That's coming up like next.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, Hazelight's next game is called Split Fiction. March 6th.
I really want this.
Yeah, it was one of the few games that I was like, ooh, all right. I actually didn't watch the Game Awards. I've just I followed along some stuff that was posted on TikTok.
Have any of you played any of their other games? I haven't.
I have, yes.
What are their other games? I don't know.
It takes two and a way out.
Yeah, and a way out.
Oh, Way Out. I played that one. Never mind.
Yeah.
I haven't played either because I don't have a friend to play with.
What? I'll play with you.
Way Out with you.
Okay.
Buy me the games, I'll play them with you. I don't care.
I'm visiting tomorrow. I mean, we could play it then.
I don't think
One
it's
of the
local,
cool things,
is it?
Well, you can play local on It Takes Two, I think. But one of the cool things is you don't need to have 2 copies of the game. You can actually just distance invite your friend in. I don't know. Do they have local?
I have no clue. I thought it was online only because of how it worked, but I don't know.
I thought it was online only as well.
No
But I
clue.
don't
No,
know.
it's a split screen regardless. And you see both sides of the screen regardless. So
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
yeah, you see what your partner's doing.
But this one is
Oh, yeah,
split
there's a
between
Friends Pass.
sci-fi and fantasy, which looks really cool. And it's coming out March.
God, I can't wait for this game. It looks so good.
Mhm.
So good.
They gave out the TGA Game Changer Award, which went to Amir Satvat.
That was so freaking cool.
That was.
Yeah.
That almost made me cry. That was
Yeah,
so sweet.
pretty much. Yeah.
What made you want to cry about it?
He's such a good guy, and he started crying at the end, and it made me want to cry.
Like he got into this late. He has a love for video games, and he just wanted to do something good. And he was, just goofing around making YouTube videos, and then he found a way to, do something with his other skills to help people in the industry. And as a benefit,
managed
he
to
got
get
to be part of the
3,000
industry.
people's jobs.
Yeah,
That
was really cool.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he said he helped 3,000 or something like that people find
Yeah.
new jobs. So
Yeah.
pretty solid.
That's awesome. Next game they showed off was called Steel Hunters from Wargaming. It looks like a live service game in the vein of Transformers.
They also, before those, also showed off some more Frag Punk and Killing Floor 3.
I figured those were just commercials.
I don't
I
think so, because
I couldn't keep
Either of
track
them are
of
out
what was
yet.
a commercial and what wasn't.
it was very difficult.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
Very
I don't
hard.
think either of those are out yet. That's why I brought them up. So
Hmm.
they could be, and it could have been a commercial. I don't know.
Brag Punk didn't
I don't think
interest
Killing
me
Floor
at
is
all,
out.
So
Okay.
anyway, Black Frost, The Long Dark 2, hitting early access in 2026.
Mhm.
That's a ways off.
Man, I never finished the first one. I just started The Long Dark, and it was like long and dark. It's like a several 100-hour game.
Oh
It's good
god.
though.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I thought it was like a 20 or so hour game.
No, I feel like it's a several 100-hour game.
Okay, then.
I know Root
Wow.
Beer's a fan, yeah. Borderlands 4 got a new trailer coming 2025.
That looks so dope. I cannot wait.
I wasn't sure what to make of the trailer, to be honest. I'm not sure about the new villain. I'm not sure what this war between creatures is going on, what planet they're actually coming from. Like, I was kind of confused.
I don't know if any of that matters. I mean,
Yeah.
the story of Borderlands doesn't matter. It's a get guns, shoot people in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a looter shooter, but still, I care about the
Yeah.
story.
I mean, that's like, that's why I thought it was kind of funny when people were whining about the Borderlands movie before it came out. It was like, oh, they're going to get the plot wrong. And I'm like, that plot has never once mattered. Shut up. You're just finding things to whine about. Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
that's one of the reasons why I don't play those games anymore.
I mean, it definitely like raises more questions than it answers, but I don't know. I just thought it looked beautiful, and like obviously, like you know which one was the cinematics and which was the the gameplay, but yeah, I don't know. It just looked really nice, and I'm excited again for more Borderlands.
Good.
After that was a video. They showed off Clive from Final Fantasy 16. Guess where he's coming, baby? Not to Xbox. He's coming to Tekken 8.
Yep.
Yeah, we all got excited, and then it was a fucking Tekken 8.
Yeah.
God damn it.
So we'll be able to play as him in Tekken, but not in his game.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. Some awards were handed out. The most anticipated game goes to Grand Theft Auto 6. Best multi...
I don't know. I just find that funny.
Why?
Because it's taken freaking forever for it to come out. Like,
Well,
I mean,
it is anticipated.
I know, but it's just, I don't.
It's been
It should have been out like a decade ago, but or wait, no, I don't think that math is quite right.
No. Anyway, best multiplayer game went to Helldiver 2.
Yep.
Good call there. Best community support went to Baldur's Gate 3.
Fair.
And best art direction went to Metaphor Refantasio.
All right.
Fair.
Very cool. Thimber wants us to point out that the Muppets destroyed Jeff Keighley multiple times through the show, with
Loved it.
Statler
They
and
were
Waldorf
one of
just
the best.
shitting all over him.
Yeah, that
They
was
were
a
one
highlight of the
best
show.
parts of that entire show, honestly.
Yeah.
I still love they made a joke about how his best friend.
It was Kojima, and he's like, "Do you think Kojima knows?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was great.
to-
was like
And they
the
cut to
best.
Kojima, and he looks so confused.
Yep.
Split
So,
Gate
no, he
2
hadn't
is
heard of
coming
it.
next year.
Eh,
If you like the first
What?
one, Split Gate 2.
Splitgate 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Halo, but with
Closure on the
Portal.
first one?
What was that, horror?
What?
Did they announce closure on the first one at all yet?
I think they did, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's been closed for a while now.
Oh, is it? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So play the sequel. Mecha Break got a new trailer coming spring 25. I know Aki wants to play that, but she will have seizures for days.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to beat even a single level of that. Makes me so sad.
They announced new games from Sega's RGG studio. 2 of them. The first being a new Virtua Fighter game,
Hell yeah.
and the second
Took 'em
being called
fucking long.
Project Century, which is set in 1915. It looks like,
It's like a dragon
Pretty
game.
violent. Yeah.
yeah, it looks like a Yakuza game set in 1915. So,
So
And-
everyone's running around going, tally ho!
I hope so. Best game direction, Astrobot.
Yay.
Trailer for a game called Turok Origins coming to PS5, Xbox, and Steam.
That game looks so
Cool.
damn cool.
Yeah.
New
Turks had a
update-
very rocky series.
Yeah. Helldivers 2 got a new update that's out now on PS5 and PC. Warframe is getting new content out now. Palbreak
Is
is
that
getting
new content, or is that a new game altogether?
New content. It's
new
Warframe
content.
1999. New content tomorrow, which is now
They have
today.
plans for a new game, do they?
I don't know. Warframe has been out since like the beginning of the PS4.
I think they'll probably just keep going with that for quite a while.
I mean, they're making plenty of money off of it. Might as well.
Yeah.
Shit.
Pal World is getting new content December 23rd.
Faybreak.
Yep. And then Wuthering Waves is hitting PS5 in January.
Is this made by the same people as Genshin Impact? It's so hard to tell with some of these games.
Yeah, I have no clue. Best debut indie, Balatro.
Yay.
Well
And then we
deserved.
got a whole bunch of this is an Xbox commercials all in a row. For fuck's sake.
Grumble, grumble.
Yeah.
And then this one got a lot of people excited.
Oh, yes.
Onimusha Way of the Sword. Brand new Onimusha game coming 2026.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so fucking hyped for this. Oh my god.
Looks very good. The first Berserker, Kazan, got a new trailer. Looks insane and bloody. That one's releasing March 27th.
Yeah, that's going to be another Soulsborne type of game. I can't wait to play it.
For pre-order already.
Yep.
Nice.
Arad Dungeon and Fighter is coming to PC, mobile, and console. That's in that DNF universe. Dungeons and Fighters, I think it is. And then Dying Light the Beast is coming next summer.
That looks pretty bitchin'.
It does. Javors, thank you for the sub. Appreciate you. Thank you. Enjoy the emotes. Enjoy the kitty cats. I don't know why the noise didn't go off, but I see it in the chat. So thank you. Couple more awards. Go figure. They announced awards in an award show. Best Action Adventure, Astrobot.
Yay.
Oh,
Best
Yay.
RPG, Metaphor Refantasio.
Yay.
fair.
Content Creator of the Year, the SML Podcast.
I
Nice.
agree.
Yep. Yeah.
I wore my best thong.
10 years running. We're doing good, guys.
Are we though?
No. Best racing and sports game goes to EAFC 25.
Okay.
Okay.
Best sim strategy game went to Frostpunk 2.
Fair. I
you
kind of
go.
expected that one. That was one of the few I got right.
Yeah. Let's see. Statler and Waldorf making the show watchable. That's when the Kojima joke happened. Hunt Showdown is getting a Post Malone crossover.
Murder Circus
why.
event.
Squid Game has a video game coming on Netflix. And then best ongoing game, Helldivers 2.
Nice. Snoop Dogg's son has no light in his eyes. He just looks so dead entire time. Snoop Dogg and his son both came out and announced some stuff. And his son just looks so dead inside. I felt so sad.
Like, was it his kid or like?
Yeah,
I mean, like,
his
I mean,
son.
like,
Yeah,
I mean, like,
his son.
kid,
No,
or
he's an
like a
adult.
20-year-old. Okay, that's what I meant. Like,
They're doing
because I
Death
didn't
Row
know if his son
games.
worked in the gaming industry or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they
creating
opened
Death Row
today.
games.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Let's see. Ghost Town Games, the makers of Overcooked, and Hello Games, the publishers and creators of No Man's Sky, are doing a co-op split screen game called Stage Fright.
I'm
Much more.
very excited for this. It looks awesome. And that trailer was perfect.
I just saw your comment, Jacob. You're an idiot. Enter for D's nuts. If you win, I'm giving them to your balls.
Good. my balls could use some mutant mayhem.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Let's see. Next up, Game of Thrones King's Road coming 2025. Is this the action RPG we've been waiting for?
I hope so.
I sure hope so too.
The action RPG I'm waiting for is Mass Effect 5.
That's more of a shooter RPG.
You're more of a shooter RPG.
I know. Double Dragon Revive coming October 2025. Kind of weird they announced that one that far ahead.
Yeah.
After that was a game called Screamer. I don't remember anything about this one.
I don't either.
They
It's coming-
also
Never heard of it.
They also brought up Solo Leveling Arise, which is based off of a manhwa and anime.
I think that's a mobile game, isn't it?
I believe it was on mobile, but it's also on, I believe, Steam or Epic as well.
Okay.
I don't know,
It looks like
that
it's
might have
gonna
been
be
a commercial to
interesting.
me
It's not out
too.
yet.
So
It's not out yet.
I'm watching this Double Dragon Revive trailer, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting real hyped for this.
yeah, it
they
should
look
be
bad.
good. Coming from Arc System Works, so
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not coming out till October 23rd, 2025. So
yeah.
that's like 10 months from now. Sad.
Last of Us 2 hitting PC in April.
Last of Us 2 Remastered.
Yeah, whatever. Best adaptation went to Fallout, the TV series.
Yay! Go watch it. It's great.
Fair.
A new game called Den of Wolves hitting early access soon from the makers of Payday 1 and 2.
It's like Cyberpunk meets Payday after the cops have been called on you.
Yeah.
Looked interesting.
Out of curiosity, that best adaptation thing, like what were like? I'm real curious. What else got nominated for that?
Like a Dragon.
Kain
Yakuza,
was the other one.
Arcane.
Here we go. Tomb Raider and Knuckles. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
Showed some
Okay.
I
videos
honestly-
All
for,
probably the best ones.
Go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
I was going to say they were showing videos for Zenless Zone Zero and Honkai Star Rail updates. And then the best score went to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Can't really argue with a Final Fantasy game winning best music.
Mm-hmm.
Not at
That's
all.
just a fact of life. Sonic Racing Crossworlds is coming soon.
Yes, I can't wait to show my kids that trailer. They're gonna go nuts.
Well, now we know the game that Jacob wants.
Yep. Mafia: The Old Country coming summer 2025.
Yay.
You get to gas your car and feed your horses now. Woo!
Yay. Let's do some more awards at an awards show with the best indie game going to Balatro.
Yay.
Fair.
And the best mobile game going to Balatro.
Yay.
And
I see Madden got snubbed again for best indie game.
Yeah, 1 year it'll get it. Best audio design went to Hellblade 2.
Yes.
Cool.
And then the Player's Voice Award, which was entirely fan voted. No surprise, because I'm sure China just destroyed their servers. Black Myth Wukong won that.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. That looks like a fucking amazing game.
Still
One
no
day
Xbox
we'll play
for it. Yeah. New video for
day.
Infinity Nikki.
God, that game looks so pretty.
Yeah, and then a video for a new game from Telltale alum. Has a great cast and looks hilarious. It's called Dispatch.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That one looked really good.
Yeah, this is What If Batman, but incompetent.
So
Yes.
Elon Musk?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Best narrative, Metaphor Refantasio.
Fair.
And then here's another shocker of the show. Okami is getting a sequel.
Yeah.
And it was
Hell
introduced
yes.
with beautiful music.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Then they showed a video for Crimson Desert coming late next year. And
I'm
then
excited for that.
and then the one more surprise called Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, coming from Naughty Dog, the new PS5 game.
It looked cool.
Yeah. I'm upset the Flute guy didn't get the shine this year. That was some bullshit.
I mean, he still
you
performed.
just watched him. Yeah, I could still see him even if they weren't focusing on him most of the time. And
Yeah.
I just focused on him because he's awesome.
They needed to focus on him more. And by that I mean, like, at all. Sad. Just sad.
Okay, talk more about the Flute guy. Go ahead.
His name is
Give him-
Pedro Eustache, and he's
give him
joyful
his
about
due.
everything he does. And he just switches like instruments, like
He
someone
played
posted
two of
me
them in
about
the
that.
same song, even.
Oh, I think he might have played more than two in the same song, but I mean, a medley is also a thing where you're playing multiple things anyway. But yeah, he just
Yeah.
switches instruments, and yeah, Flute guy hype. Pedro Eustache.
Yeah,
He's
whereas
great.
the rest of the group, they sat on their ass the whole time and played their one instrument.
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do in an orchestra.
Yeah,
tried-
but if you're an amazing flute guy, you play a lot of things.
I
Well,
play a
he's not
skin
just
flute.
playing flutes; he's playing like other woodwind instruments in general, and he plays unique ones too.
Yeah.
Unique.
Unique. One more award to go, and that is Game of the Year. Let's see. Nominees were Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth, Wukong, Elden Ring's DLC, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor Refantasio. The winner, Game of the Year, Astrobot.
Yay!
Yay. I was so happy that
Yay.
one won.
Yeah,
I was
I was
so worried it was going to
surprised they
be
got that
Elden
one.
Ring's DLC.
Yeah, that would have been depressing.
Fucking DLC
I was
wins Game of the
expecting
Year.
it to be Metaphor, honestly.
That would have been
Uh,
cool. But I'm
but
glad
I'm-
Astro's gonna
Astrobot
win.
won.
I'm excited that Astrobot won. That was pretty cool. But
Yeah.
I was really expecting Metaphor to win that.
All right. Well, that is the Game Awards. Jacob, you were late, so we'll go to you. What kind of news do you have? Let's go quick. No 20-minute news stories.
I don't have any 20-minute news stories.
Disney Dreamlight.
No, I got nothing. We already talked about it.
No, I'm just
There's
saying you
nothing
do
in
have 20-minute news stories when Disney Dreamlight comes around.
All right, that went 10. You guys even timed me, so shut up. Anyway, the only movie news I have is the last Sonic movie watch of 2024.
You could play the
If you
sound
haven't-
effect.
Do it.
What sound effect?
You know the sound effect. It's on the soundboard.
Which one?
Oh, God. It's movie watch. Movie watch. There. That was funny being played twice.
Yes, it was.
Anywho,
Good job, drug addicts.
thanks.
Are you a low T need writer?
Congratulated. Anywho, if you go up on YouTube, they've released a Sonic Saves Christmas clip where Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles learn the true meaning of Christmas and help Santa deliver all the presents. It's really cute and funny, and it's only like 2 minutes. You should go watch it.
Maybe.
Okay.
Shut up. All right, that's all I got.
All right. Well, then what were your games of the year, since we already discussed all that stuff in the first hour of our show? What were some of your highlight games of the year? Someone's not prepared.
No, I'm really not. And like I know you've already said that you would not be thrilled if like this was going to be my game of the year.
Graveyard Simulator 2, right?
I'm dead serious. That's the game that that came out this year that I really put the most time into. Like I'm still playing it.
You happy, Joe? I don't understand.
The game was released back in 2019 on PC. That's why.
I've got two games that were on my list that I thought that you might have appreciated. One of them was Hotel Renovator. I think you really liked that one.
I did like it, but I'm not gonna lie. Like it got a little decorating multiple rooms and stuff like that ended up it started getting janky, and I kind of lost interest in it.
Fair.
I did like the plot.
That's not breaking down ships, yeah.
I like how there actually was a plot to it, though.
Oh yeah, there absolutely was.
Yeah.
Speaking of plot, though, the other one that I mentioned that I thought you would have really appreciated was Raging Loop.
Oh shit. And that came out in 2015, so somehow that's actually worse than Ship Graveyard Simulator. Dang, yeah. My two favorite games of the year are games that came out long ass time ago. Good job.
Says, I'm not going to lie so much. I think he is indeed lying.
It's rude, Lloyd.
Awesome.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that I played that like really stuck out, and I got nothing. You should come back to me.
Well, we already did it.
We did. We're done.
Shit.
We're about to go to reviews, man. We've been doing this for 2 hours now.
Well, yeah. I mean, but I've only been on for
weirdest games.
30 minutes, so
don't care. We got shit to do.
All right.
What were the weirdest games you played this year? That was the other thing we were asked.
See, the thing is that it's just like I don't know that I've played like so many weird games. It's just I've played so many like $5 indie titles this year, and it's just
all right,
I don't know.
Your homework is to play Time Traveler's
hold on.
Guide to Past Delicacies.
I have played that actually. I reviewed it. I thought.
Don't ask me. I don't run this show.
Oh, yeah, that was a weird freaking game.
Yeah, it was. I did enjoy it quite readily. Especially all like the videos that wait, was that this year?
That was this year, yes.
Oh dang. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, like I appreciate all the games that AFL Games sends us, but I'm not gonna lie, like so many of them are precision platformers that just run together, and I feel like I've been through so many of them for like I've just played so many of them in like the last 4 months, and it's just like
it's just made everything Jacob, a blur. Guess who sent us a game today?
Yeah, all right, I'll take it.
A one review show in start of January. So.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hear back if they want us to review it or if they want to keep the code since we're not going to be around for a while. So.
Oh, God.
And our last question. What was the game you liked the most this year that wasn't for review?
Brotato. I've been playing the hell out of that.
There you go, Bri. There's another Brotato.
All right, well, everybody else got homework. What's Jacob's homework? Because he's already played the weird game. I tried to give him his homework.
Fuck, he hasn't been here long enough to know what he hasn't played.
I know.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm amazed that Brotato was his answer instead of Starlight Dream Fuck Valley or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, because
Anything that gets him away from that game.
I mean, you guys already know I
Fuck.
play it. You know, I mean, because it's pretty much the only game I ever actually talk about. So,
Yeah.
you know, unless it's MLB The Show, then, you know, I don't really talk about what else I play outside of here, you know. So, but I've been doing Brotato because it's another one of those one-handed games like Vampire Survivors and Disney Dreamlight Valley. So like when my wife is like laying on me, I can, you know, still play it. But also there's so many damn achievements and it's on Game Pass. So I've been racking up all these like big rewards points for the last like month. I've been milking this game so much.
Balatro one-handed.
Balatro. I thought I played that.
The poker game.
Oh, never mind.
Awards.
You know what? I was thinking of Balatron.
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 Pedals, yeah.
Yeah, that one you cannot play one-handed, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think you could. No.
No, not that one.
All right. Well, we ready to dive into reviews?
Let's
I
do it.
guess
There's a
so.
lot.
Or were you sticking around or are you heading out?
I probably should head out, yeah. I don't want to take this headset off my head. It's getting a little...
Well,
Like,
thank
because
you
we're gonna
for
be here a while.
joining. Yeah, we got a lot of games to talk about. So thank you for joining and hanging out with us, chatting for the past 2 hours. I guess we'll see you in the next year.
Indeed, you shall.
Do you have any final thoughts, final words before we let you go?
Play Balatro. Pinball demand.
All right, take it easy, man.
See ya.
Bye.
He's already gone.
All right, reviews. We ready?
As I'll ever be.
First game, The Thaumaturge, developed by Fool's Theory, published by 11-Bit Studios, released December 5th on Series X and S and PS5 for $34.99. The Thaumaturge is a story-driven RPG with morally ambiguous choices, taking place in the culturally diverse world of the early 20th century Warsaw. In this world, Salators exist, esoteric beings that only Thaumaturges can truly perceive and use for their needs. Bri, what is the Thaumaturge?
Well, I'm an old school Tremere Vampire the Masquerade player, totally a nerd. So thaumaturgy means blood magic and manipulating people, and that's not too far from what Viktor Shulsky does. But I think thaumaturge is just a fancy word for magician, but like real magic, not illusion. And the word has Greek roots meaning miracles. As Joe mentioned, the story takes place over 100 years ago. The dev team wanted to leave in historical facts and the portrayal of certain attitudes for accuracy, but they recognize that they are unacceptable today, so be warned that there are things in there. There are some good features in the option menu. You can change the difficulty level, and it doesn't affect achievements. You can lower the density of crowds to improve game performance, and you can turn off the nudity and blood, and there's a colorblind mode.
Who wants to turn off nudity and blood?
Yeah, which is to say that there's nudity in the game. Just you know, so you know.
I turn off people with my nudity.
Ain't
This
that
is probably
You do.
true. But the graphics are beautiful, artistic but realistic characters, textures, and terrain. It's a good look for historic fantasy. This is voice acted and has subtitle options as well. The game switches between cutscene mode for cinematic effect and isometric view for standard exploration. This is an RPG, so there's a lot of conversation to be had with other characters. You're given conversation choices, but some aren't available until you've done some sleuthing, and the game will tell you that. And other times you'll lose access to conversation points because of actions that you've taken. Besides interactions with different characters, a lot of the world building is done through notes, newspapers, and diaries that you find to read. The world is filled with old superstitions, and the load screens give you some insight into that part of the world that you're moving into with little writings about it. As a thaumaturge, you have special perceptions where you can see hidden things or preempt enemy actions. It looks like a blood trail you can follow your objectives to. We first get to really use our powers to convince Rasputin that we are in fact a Thaumaturge, so that he might give us some aid. We've lost connection to our Upir, one of the Salvators, the skeletal demon thing that's following us around that only we can see. And we're sick because of something that we've done, and we can't connect to our magical powers as well as we'd like to, basically. These Salvators, once you make a connection, are part of the Thaumaturge's powers. We find something nearby that belongs to Rasputin, and we get like a magical scent off of his rosary, and then we enter this kind of deduction scene to find things that belong to him, to draw a conclusion about him as a person, so that we can tell him something only he would know. You can use your powers to manipulate people as well, which works partly by you learning their secrets, using perception to find the reasons that someone won't be helpful. You can draw the conclusion that will help you manipulate them into doing what you want, like giving you a wagon ride to the cemetery. You have a skill tree you can improve on with points in 4 categories: heart, mind, deed, and word. You also build connections to the various creatures that build on your skills, those Salvators. The game autosaves, especially before battle, but also has manual saving options that you'll definitely want to use. Let's talk about combat. It's turn-based combat, but it's mostly targeted towards specific interactions. So you're not getting like random JRPG monster fights. It's more like you walk up to local soldiers and they don't like your attitude and they start a fight. After you get your Upir back, your Salutor, he becomes part of the combat too. You have quick attacks and heavy attacks you can make against the enemy you select, and then you can use your perception powers in combat to preempt their attack, or you can use your Upir to do damage to the enemy, and there are attacks that you can do that will also heal you, which is how you heal yourself in combat. You can also use your... the combat is mostly in cinematic view, just as a point. Your combat selections appear as tiles over the enemy's head. The first boss fight is with another Salvator, a demon-like creature possessing a villager, and it is pretty epic. When you win the fight, you get to tame and gain the Salvator as an ally, like the Upir that we already have. And there's a couple others that we get to collect as the game goes on. The writing is very detailed and builds the mood. An example of a perception skill observation that you find an item, like a rag that belongs to the coachman, and this is a quote from the game, just to kind of give you an example of the writing. The rag reeked with the sour odor of fatigue. Attempts to free the wheels from the soft soil made the spine crack like a fishbone, and the muscles burn with fire, and no one would help. Such was his job, such was his fate. Like, it's really poetic, beautiful writing. The game is dark and haunting. It has great visuals, voice acting, writing. It's not as action-packed as other games I might compare it to in the RPG genre, but it's filled with story elements and lore building. As you go along, there's a bigger story that comes into play, and our characters get fleshed out. I don't want to ruin the big story points that I got to, but there's definitely a bigger mystery going on. I feel like this one was better for its story than its gameplay, but there was a good balance there, and on story difficulty, you don't have to stress yourself over the combat if you don't want to. So I had a good time with this one.
Very cool. It sounds like it's a good one. Clocks in at $34.99. Give us your thoughts.
I think that is a great price. I think you're getting a lot of game for this, for that price. It's a good quality and deep story. If you really are into a good dark story, I think you're going to like this one.
Very cool. All right. What do you say we draw a winner for Ninja Turtles?
Oh, yeah.
Take a break in between reviews. We could pick ourselves a winner for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, or Mutants Unleashed, whatever the hell the name is. Let us close out this giveaway. If you have any last second entries, you better get them in like right now, because I am typing giveaway close, giveaway draw. Winner is Retired USAF won again, and they entered for Jordan. So Jordan, you get a copy of TMNT. So I will get that code to you. And thanks again to Retired for entering and winning for you. I feel awful. Apparently the Patrick Star code was used for Retired, so I got to get in touch with OG and get them a replacement. So the Ninja Turtle code I checked is working, so you will get that one, Jordan. And USAF will get you taken care of soon. But next game to talk about is Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered, developed and published by ASPYR, released December 10th on Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5, and PC for $29.99. Celebrate Soul Reaver's 25th anniversary. Experience the epic conflict of Kain and Raziel in original form or with remastered graphics. Aki, tell us about Legacy of Kain.
Okay, so in this, you play as Raziel. You have been the right-hand man to Kain for 1,000 years. And you're all vampires, destroying the world because, evil, I guess. And you guys all slowly evolve over time, changing into new powerful versions of yourself. And you happen to get wings. And Kain don't like that. So he decides you're now a traitor and throws your ass into water, one of vampire's biggest weaknesses. So you kind of die. Like, real hard die. And you're brought back as the Soul Reaver. The Reaper of the souls of vampires, because they do not go into the great circle of life, death, and rebirth. So you are tasked now by this Cthulhu beast to go out and kill all your vampire brethren and finish off Kain once and for all so that the cycle of birth and stuff can start again. And it's been some time since you died, apparently. The game doesn't state how long, but everything has gone straight to shit. There's no vegetation really anymore. Everything's dead. There's not a lot of people left anymore. It's mostly just shitty vampires who have no humanity left. Yippee! Great day for all. So that's the first game. You're tasked with killing the shit out of every vampire you come across. And there are a bunch, and there's a bunch of different types, because each one of the different leaders of the clans have their own type of vampire that do their own special things. One set of vampires crawl around on all fours and they can climb up walls and shit, whereas another one is just a big brutish thing. Another one is a desecrated corpse. Every one of the different vampires has their own type for each leader. So that's very interesting. Each realm is completely different as well. And then I really like the first game. It's really fun. It is the exact same as the original game, down to, if you want, all of the old cheat codes from the old PS2 games work, apparently.
Nice.
Yeah, some people have tried them. Apparently one of them doesn't work, but I don't remember which one it was. I didn't try any of them because I did that back in the old PS2 days and got into places I wasn't supposed to be yet in the game, and it kind of ruined the game for me, so I decided, don't do that, because that's a bad idea. Everything's pretty simple. There's no block button. There's a shoddy dodge ability. You have a standard attack. You have a thrust attack with whatever weapon you're wielding. Early on, you unlock the Wraith Blade, which is the Soul Reaver blade that Kain used to have. And it is super strong and super great, but you can only wield it when you're at max health. And this game really likes to put a whole bunch of enemies right on your ass at all times, so you're not going to get to use it too often. Even though they clearly want you to use it, they will not let you use it. It does have some problems with it. Namely, there are some platforming sections, and as you know, old PS2 days, platforming wasn't exactly the best, especially when it's 3D platforming. So there's sometimes some issues with that, but they're not super common. So, it's all in all, the first one's really good. Then you move to the second game, because it also has the second game as part of this. And in this, you go into the past and future, and then past, and then a different past, and you do that over and over to chase after Kain, which I guess kind of ruins the end of the first game, but, hey, it is what it is. Can't really talk about
25
it otherwise.
years old. If you haven't played it, come on.
I actually hadn't played that until I played it in this. I'd only played the first Soul Reaver. Matter of fact, the first Soul Reaver is the only one out of this entire series I've ever played, Blood Omen or Soul Reaver. So yeah, you go, and in this place you're fighting mostly humans and demons, not so much vampires anymore. Mostly because vampires are being wiped off the face of the fucking planet. And yeah, I don't like the second one as much. It feels more linear at the beginning, but it's also very hard to figure out where you're supposed to go at any part of it, which makes it kind of a pain in the ass. So yeah, there is a block button in the second one, which is nice. So you're not as likely to get beat as hard. You also can summon your blade at all times instead of only when your health is maxed. However, you have a limited usage of the spectral blade because once you kill enough people with it fast enough, it starts draining your health rapidly, and it drains a fuck ton, which kind of sucks because like 1 or 2 hits from that will kill most enemies. So it's still super amazing, but you're punished for using it too much, which is very sad because it's such a good blade. And yeah, you're basically flipping around between different points in history and changing parts of history, then flipping around more and more to see how things happened. It's an interesting game. I didn't like it as much as the first game, just because it's harder to figure out where you're going, like constantly. I had to look at walkthroughs constantly to figure out where the fuck I was supposed to go, because they have every pathway that you're supposed to go is hidden from you. So you get this nice clear pathway to one area, and then you're like, okay, where do I go now? Because there's no other pathway. This is where it has ended. It went from point A to point B. There's nothing from point B to a point C. It's just back to point A. Where am I going? And I had to look at walkthroughs over and over and over because of that issue. I'd find one nice pathway that was like, okay, this is obviously where you go. And then I'd get there and I'd be like, this is like a dead end. I don't know where I'm supposed to go anymore. And the first game did not have that problem, which is weird to say. Usually they fix it in the second game, not make it worse.
Well, you kind of covered the games. How's the visual upgrade? How does it look?
It's very, very similar. You're able to flip, even in the middle of cutscenes, you're able to flip, which is really cool. It's just pushing in the right thumb stick. And mostly it smooths lots of things out. So, like, if you're looking at a wall and you see a mural, they're very square in the old version, and now they're much more circular in the new version. Raziel looks quite a bit better. It's not, an amazing graphical upgrade, but it is significantly better than what it used to be.
Yeah. All right. Well, the package runs $30. Give us a verdict.
I think it's worth it. Even though I didn't particularly like the second game, the first game was really good, and I know a lot of people do like the second game. So I think it's totally worth it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish at least the first game while I'm out here this winter, because I really enjoy this.
And it is a 2-for-1 thing. They are not sold separately, so it is just one game with 2 games in it.
Yeah, and for achievement hunters, beware. The second game, you do have to beat it in under 6 hours from start to finish.
Is it 1,000 or 2,000?
I think it's just 1,000.
Man, that's kind of a bummer that they only put 1,000 for 2 games.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Next game, Morbid, The Lords of Ire, developed by Still Running, published by Merge Games, released back in May on Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5, PC for $29.99. Risk insanity in the gruesome slash-em-up Morbid, The Lords of Ire, with brutal combat and Souls-like elements. Defeat the 5 Lords of Ire as you fight for your life across tortured landscapes, rending the evil gahars of their flesh-bound forms. Jacob, what is Morbid, The Lords of Ire?
So Morbid is this game that is set in this fantasy, but seemingly very like Nordic based kind of thing. And yeah, you're trying to like, it's pretty much you're just trying to get from point A to point B, and you have to kill everything in your path. That's, you know, evil and terrible. And I remember seeing the previews for it, and I was like, oh yeah, all right, cool, this is going to be like some sort of hack and slash thing. It's really not. It definitely does have more of that Souls type of gameplay, and so it is a lot of patience and a lot of strategy, and you being on your defense like 90% of the time, and then just waiting for that right moment to get like the kill move in. Yeah, I tried going in there, tried to do hack and slash, and I promptly got my ass handed to me by the game. And that's on the that is on their that's the normal setting. It's just but yeah, you're just moving through this very beautiful, very cold, very desolate land, and it's just, you know, you're moving on to to the next little mini, or I mean, it's not really an arena, because I mean, it is a path, but it's obvious stopped places where you're supposed to stop and fight things. And yeah, it's just a lot of planning and a lot of slow moving. It the game does not move nearly as quick as I thought it was going to. So yeah, if you're looking for a really beautiful game that you're going to be playing for a while, because mostly because you're going to be dying so dang much, this is definitely one to be checking out.
How does it play? Is it it's a third person overhead?
So it's a third person it's a third person action game, but as I said, it's more on the defense kind of thing, and so it's not quite over the shoulder, but yeah, it's just it's a much slower moving game than I was expecting.
More
as I said,
methodical, take your time.
Yeah, you really have to with this, and it's real easy for you to go in there with full health against something you've faced plenty of these kind of zombies before, and you'll just absolutely eat shit because you didn't plan because you just didn't move the right way and block when you should have, or anything like that. And the game really wants you to take the time to learn how to do all that stuff. So yeah, it's really a slow, methodical game. If you're a fan of that kind of stuff, more power to you, and absolutely. But if you're looking for a 3D hack and slash, this isn't that kind of title. That's not to say I'm not going to recommend this game, because I absolutely am. It's just I am terrible at this kind of game, and
but you could recognize it's
yeah,
a solid
I realize. Yeah, I definitely recognize, this is a good game. It's just I'm not on this kind of level.
Well, it clocks in at $29.99. Give us your thoughts.
If you like stuff like Dark Souls, then yeah, you should definitely check this game out. I mean, as I was saying, if you're expecting a 3D hack and slash, this ain't it. This is a game, you better like your strategy along with your action.
Yeah. How about this? It is on sale for the next 3 weeks for $16.50. What do you think about that?
That's a really good price. Like, even if you're not a fan of that kind of gameplay, that's still a pretty sexy price for it.
Yeah, $13 off. Good savings.
Yeah, you should get it.
Cool. All right, next game, Symphonia with a musical note. Developed by Sunny Peak, published by Headup, released December 5th on Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5, PC for $19.99. Awaken an expansive musical realm in this non-violent and poetic platformer. In Symphonia, you'll use the power of your violin coupled with your platforming skills to gather an orchestra to bring the musical machinery of the world back to life. Bri, what is Symphonia?
Symphonia is a challenging 2D precision platformer with a musical twist. As you said, it's non-violent, and it is absolutely beautiful. This is a game made after 5 years off a student project that 13 students put together in their last year of studies, and then this is the game that they built 5 years in the making after their initial project. It's the team's first game. The land of Symphonia was full of harmony until discord struck and broke it apart. There is hope after a relic of the kingdom's former glory was found, and this mask brings to life mysterious violinist, our hero for this piece. The intro story is visually told through stained glass with some text below and an animated scene. We start out exploring a broken world filled with a crumbled theater, broken automatons, and roses, like so many roses from performances long gone. We must find other musicians to create an orchestra and we reawaken Symphonia. The graphics are stunning. It's warm and wooden with mechanical touches. It's visually full of music reference, like the lampposts having flute keys, and there are music sheets and woodwind pillars. The design for the overall look of the game is like an invitation to the opera. Your save spots look like tickets. The whole thing feels like you're watching a performance, and I kept expecting to see red curtains at the edge. You can't talk about a game called Symphonia without talking about the music.
What?
I know.
Are you saying it's a musical game?
If you watch the credits, you'll see the names of the small orchestra of musicians who performed fabulously for this game. And the music isn't just for atmosphere, it's part of the gameplay and the storytelling. There are doors that are opened and mechanisms activated by you playing your violin. If Fantasia were a 2D platformer, this is what I'd expect. And I should talk about the performance of the gameplay too. I played this on Steam and was happy to find controller support because normally I'm a console player. Your violin and bow are your instrument, but they're also tools for you to use for transportation and solve platforming puzzles. Your bow offers you a higher jump. You can stick it into cushions and catapult yourself. And there are cushions everywhere, including on the ceiling. You can get yourself up on there and then catapult yourself across spike pits. You can wall jump. There's a way to chain jumps by hitting the bow button right before you hit the ground that is so satisfying when you get the timing right. And the controls are precision, and the combos required to cross gaps and moving platforms are exciting and complex. There are musical note coins to collect for extra challenge and reward. There is a generous tutorial section that acts as a playground to help you understand the game and try out the mechanics. It even has some challenging secret areas for you to try your hand at early on. Did I mention the game was challenging? Because it's challenging.
Ooh.
Sometimes the timing required to leap across things felt beyond my grasp, but with a little practice, I was usually able to overcome what I would call the easier or necessary path to continue progress. There are generous checkpoints about each screen, and even your death has a pleasant note to it to ease your frustrations. So yeah, this game was as beautiful as it was challenging.
And it looks beautiful. So
Yeah,
I'm guessing
it really, really is.
Gonna kick some asses.
Yeah.
Oh, it's $20. How many asses does it deserve to kick?
I'm gonna step away from the ass kicking, and I'm gonna say if I had one word to sum up this game, it would be elegant. Between the symphony and the tight gameplay, I'm not sure what they did better. If you like precision platformers, I can't word, with a good challenge, please go out and grab this one.
Very cool. Any other thoughts on it?
Just buy it. It's beautiful.
Nope. Next game, Tribreaker, developed and published by Lillymo Games, released December 12th on Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5, PC for $9.99. If Twin Breaker was a brick breaker about space, Tribreaker is a brick breaker on steroids. In this go-around, it's all about time. Explore 40 stages spread across periods of galactic history and obliterate the brick-breaking formula. Jacob, tell us about Tribreaker.
So Tribreaker is it does its own thing with the brick breaker genre. And there is this plot, like, is it based on something? Do you know?
I don't know.
Like, I don't know. Like, I felt like I was supposed to have known something beforehand with it, but so you're following these
it's based on a podcast, Sacred Symbols.
Okay. I'm not familiar with it.
So I'm reading the description. It says Tribreaker, a Sacred Symbols odyssey, is inspired by one of the most popular video game podcasts on Earth. Sacred Symbols is written by longtime gaming personality Colin Moriarty, and it's the sixth title from Lillymo Games. Clearly, they have their info wrong, because the most popular video game podcast on Earth is the Game Award winning the SML podcast.
Nice.
Yeah.
What did we win again?
Best something. I don't know.
Oh,
like community.
Best game of the year.
Yeah, we're game of the year.
Yeah, makes sense.
Best content creator is what we won.
Oh, thank you, Aki. Oh, wait, we didn't win multiple?
Keep this straight. No, just
all right. So anyway, it's this plot about these three pilots who used to like be going up into space and like defeating aliens or fighting crime or some. I don't know, man. Like, they were doing something. And it's just like, hey, want to go back up into space again and like destroy stuff? And they're like, hell yeah, let's do it. And so what it is that you have these two paddles that you can control on a single axis, just moving left and right. And there is like this third ship which blasts off from the main ship, and it's the ball, and you can actually steer the ball, but doing that uses fuel, so you have to like gather resources by destroying bricks or sometimes just waiting. And each of the levels has its own like little optional mission that you can do. And sometimes it could be like destroy all of the mini bricks before you destroy the big one, or never try to pilot the ball during the game or something like that. Most of them are fairly doable if you actually like take the time and like, you know, don't try to blow through the level. But sometimes like it is like time based, so you do have to hurry as you're playing through this. But there's over 40 levels of brick breaking, and yeah, it's a fun challenge. And I don't know. I mean, it's been a long time since I've had to play one of these games, and like, it was a nice little palate cleanser. I enjoyed it. I thought that the plot, like the whole storyline that they tossed in there, I couldn't really make heads or tails of it, and I didn't find it particularly interesting. But thankfully, there is actually an option where you could just play the levels. You don't have to sit through any of the story mode. So, I mean, that's a nice bonus to it. But yeah, like, it's a fun game.
Cool. Well, clock's in at $10. Give us your thoughts.
$10. I'd recommend it. It's just also one of those hope you really like Brick Breaker.
I like brick breaking, so it sounds like a winner for me.
Well, yeah, and then go. Cool.
I
go
will
spend $10.
I will.
Good.
Fuck you.
Wait, on the game or on something else?
On the game.
Oh, okay.
or weed, one of the two. Next game to talk about is NAIAD, developed and published by HiWarp, released December 10th on Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5, PC for $19.99. Immerse yourself in a relaxing, minimalist, and colorful adventure. Flow with NAIAD across a mysterious river and interact with its fauna and flora to discover little secrets. Enjoy a wholesome experience with an original and dreamy visual style. Bri, what is NAIAD?
Well, in Greek mythology, naiads were female water nymphs that live in streams and little bodies of water. And this game follows a naiad, hence the name. It's a relaxing game about the exploration of a river. I highly recommend headphones and to allow for immersion. Like, bathe yourself in this game. In fact, get it on Switch and play it in the bathtub and just chill. It has a gentle flowing soundtrack to guide you on your journey, and the peaceful water sounds like waves lapping. There's babbling brooks. There's a long and playful list of 53 achievements that offer you some experiences to aim for, like swimming like a duck, finding secret passages, flowing with some birds as they fly, and playing with a cloud. In the beginning, the little cloud helps us in text to start our journey. It gives us hints of things we can do, like help a stranded duckling get to its mama. You can collect fish and move them along the river. You can play with frogs and get them to the lily pads. They'll tell you little secrets when you do. You can sing to the plants and make them bloom. And doing these things unlock places like sunbeam bathing spots that help you grow. The art is soft, like cut paper mixed with watercolor. The colors are vibrant. There's movement everywhere. You have a top-down view that allows you to see the river you're in. Sometimes there's rain effects. You can see like the droplets falling from your point of view and creating ripples in the river. It's poetry, really. There are 16 episodes to float through, and they all have titles like The Essence That Was Born When the Rain Kissed the Rock. And there are other little poems to unlock in the water by doing all of these different things. The movements in the gameplay are as fluid as you'd expect them to be in a watery game such as this. You naturally float toward the surface of the water, but you can swim underneath for the quiet of it, and the game teaches you to dive like a fish. You can also sing to grow flowers and attract animals. There were some accessibility features I know people will appreciate. Vibration, screen shake, and flashes can all be either adjusted or turned off completely.
Very
and
nice.
there is a helpful direction indicator you can turn on if you get lost and need help moving on. The game really felt more like an experience than a bunch of tasks, and I loved that. I felt like I got to be playful in a way that I used to as a child. Some other buzzwords to throw at you about NAIAD are wholesome, minimalist, mysterious, and dreamy. And this was made by a solo developer, and you can tell that they put a lot of love into it. I loved this game.
I flipped off Jacob on camera.
Oh, okay.
Well, you took forever to answer, so...
I'm doing other shit.
Oh, this game looks cute.
It does. It is a beautiful game. I feel like I'm always missing stuff in this game. Like I checked like the collection stuff, and it just shows all these things I've missed. I'm like,
right,
how?
and I want to replay it. And you can. And there's like a chapter select. I know. Well, there's so many secrets to discover in this, and really, this game is about joy of discovery.
It is,
and it'll flood you with a feeling of harmony with nature.
What are you
I put a lot of water puns into this. A lot of water puns into this in my notes.
You're just dripping those in there, aren't you?
I am.
I hate you.
Oh, a flood of hatred coming from Jacob. The game's $20. Give us your thoughts on NAIAD.
It's absolutely a buy it, and in fact, I didn't want to spoil it earlier, but I would last minute add this to my list of favorite indies this year.
Ooh. Also, currently it is on sale for $17.99 on Xbox.
Do it.
Yep, for 3 more days, so you have until the end of the weekend to grab this one for $2 off. And it sounds like it's a good one to pick up.
It's beautiful, and I can't wait to replay it and find all the extra secrets I missed.
Very cool. All right. Maybe we'll have a key to give away later on. I don't know.
Cool.
Maybe.
Arousing.
Maybe. Gotta stick around and chat. And if you're listening on YouTube or MP3 or Spotify, you're missing the fun and you're missing the giveaways. Then again, it's been 3 hours of this. Maybe you're not missing anything. Next game, Entropy Survivors, developed by Moving Pieces Interactive, published by First Break Labs, released December 4th on Series XNS, PS5, and PC for $9.99. Entropy Survivors is a bullet hell roguelike where you simultaneously control a powerful mech and a sharpshooting space frog, featuring outrageously creative abilities and powerful weapon customization. Save the universe in single player or 2 to 4 player online co-op. Jacob, tell us about Entropy Survivors.
So Entropy Survivors, honestly, I thought that this was going to be some sort of like humdrum, oh boy, it's another like Vampire Survivors clone, and at least it's 3D this time. Hell no. This game is intense. You are playing as this little frog that rides around on a sword-wielding robot. And as the frog guy, you're the shooter. The robot, as I just said, wields a sword, and you just get plopped down on these planets, and you just have to kill everything in sight. And you're just gathering materials so you can upgrade your abilities and level up, which will give you more powers and different classes that you can play as. The game is wild. And don't get me wrong, you're gonna eat shit constantly. But
yeah,
I never once felt like I was just ugh, I hate this game. This is frustrating. It was just all right, next run. Yes. And yeah, it's just you just have to sometimes you have to plan it. Sorry, I'm really excited as I'm talking about this game. But so you have to plan out as you're going to attack, because obviously since the frog's got a gun and it's not unlimited weapons, you have to account for his reload time. But the robot, he swings pretty slowly, and also, you can make it so you're controlling both of their weapons, or you can have the game auto aim, and so it just takes over for when the robot swings his stuff. And by doing that, I actually found you could make, give yourself a pretty good rhythm of run away, shoot, run up, slash, and, eventually have to deal with bosses. And yeah, it's just, this is a lot of fun.
Carnage and Horror Acolyte saying that not only is it the same dev of Shadows of Giants, but it's the same character, or Shoulders of Giants. It's the same character from Shoulders of Giants. So I think that's pretty cool. Shoulders of Giants was a fun game.
We played that, didn't we?
I think so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did. Huh.
That's a hard one. I should play that again.
Yeah.
This game is clearly made to be played in co-op.
Yeah, this one is.
There's no chance in hell you're going to beat any of the levels single player. You need at least 2. I would suggest 4. That's the only ways I've ever beaten any of these, were when I had 3 or 4 people. And
you played online with this one?
Yeah.
With Shoulders of Giants or
this.
Oh.
I thought it was pretty fun. It is really hard on my eyes, just because there's a lot of flashing in it.
Right.
Thing from the mic.
Oh, sorry. So it had a lot of flashing, a lot of explosions and stuff, and lots of neon. So much fucking neon. So it's very, very hard on my eyes. I don't think I had a seizure playing this. If I did, I forgot about it. Not a big shocker for seizures, but I remember enough playing it that I thought it was fun. It kind of sucks to play it solo just because you're not going to win.
I don't know.
But
Playing it solo.
Yeah,
I thought it was still fun.
I was having a lot of fun doing it solo.
I kept
then
getting
again, you do
annoyed
it
that I
solo a
wasn't
lot,
beating it.
Jacob.
Well,
Of course he does.
I'm a lonely guy.
I know.
Yeah, see, I like finishing things. That's something I like doing. So the fact that I couldn't finish it solo pissed me off. But
Well, maybe the 3 of us could get together and play online.
Sure, I'm down for that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the game's pretty awesome.
We'll have to get it for you. The 4 of us could play.
All right.
Does it support 4 player?
Hell yeah. Yeah.
It's 2-4.
Rad. Nice. Yeah, this is definitely one that I'm leaving on the Xbox for a while.
Well, it's $10.
Yeah, I'll leave it
What do
on
you
there
think?
until I finish it.
Are you
think it's worth
serious?
No,
Yes.
I'm not. I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
No, it's $10, you idiot.
Oh, well, fuck you. You said you were joking. Like, I was legit.
Why would I joke about the price?
I don't know, because maybe it actually costs more or something like that.
Nope,
Like,
$10.
damn,
Give us your thoughts.
Holy shit, yeah, this is definitely buying it for $10. Oh my god. Like, yeah, no, you need to get this.
I
Cool,
think it's
Aki, your
totally worth
thoughts?
to buy it too.
Nice.
100% worth buying.
Cool.
Unless
Sounds-
unless you're photosensitive, then I really don't suggest this. This will probably give you a seizure. So, but everyone else, go buy it.
Rock on. Next up, Unwording, developed by Frostwood Interactive, published by Nejcraft, released December 10th on Xbox One, Series X and S, PS4, PS5 for $4.99. Embark on an uplifting journey through the mind of Tom in Unwording. Solve word puzzles, explore the neighborhood through multiple perspectives, and help Tom work towards experiencing a better day by overcoming his negative self-talk and thought patterns. Bri, what is Unwording?
Well, first, I want to say that once Joe brought this game to my attention, I had to play it because I keep a mental health and disability list of games, most of which come out of the indie space. I love finding games like this that have narratives and mechanics that help others understand the kind of things that some people have to go through when dealing with physical and mental challenges. So this game in particular deals with negative self-talk that often comes with depression. Tom tends to focus on the downsides to life, and he has a hard time seeing things in a positive light. In the beginning of the game, the colors are muted. It's very two-dimensional. It's always raining. Everyone else has rain gear on, but Tom just wanders out in the rain and gets wet. He sees a cool car, but he thinks he's too poor to have nice things. He goes to work, and he procrastinates. But then a spot of brightness appears in his life in the form of a bright yellow bird, and it shits on everything. But it's something different, and suddenly, so are our surroundings.
Best bird ever.
Yeah, there's more color and dimension. The music is full of curiosity and more lively than before, and as we progress, we get more close to life in full color. There are 2 difficulties, easy and normal. Easy has more hints and reduces the challenge of the puzzles. You can change the difficulty at any point during the game, and honestly, I wouldn't say the puzzles are too challenging to begin with, and they really help get the point of the story across well. So you have these puzzles that reflect the reality of the situation versus Tom's negative thoughts. In the first example puzzle, we want to change the words "wake up" into something that reflects Tom's perceptions. And there are a few things that help us with that. We can press the X button to reveal context, where the sea of words and phrases pops up and shows us that he doesn't want to get up. He just wants to go back to sleep. He wants to quit. But then we use other buttons to move the text blocks and letters to rotate them and find other letters. And pretty quickly, we turn "wake up" into "give up," and our first puzzle is solved. So you can see the bleak outlook. But thankfully, again, we have that bird that came and shit on everything, right? And so at first, when we're changing the thoughts into negatives, Tom sees, then we start changing them into a more positive light, and we can change the words into a more hopeful sentiment. The bird adds new dimension to our letter blocks, and we can rotate them differently to find positive solutions. Like instead of focusing on being alone for the 2-person deal at the cafe, we change the words into invite a colleague. When you rotate the words after the bird has turned them, you're dealing with more of a picture block. You're aligning it rather than changing the word blocks themselves like you were before. And we're seeing things from a different perspective. Later, we get to type things that we want to do, like pet the dog.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it an achievement?
Yes, it is an achievement.
Good. I'm just sitting here thinking the game is so positive. It's like, if the bird takes a shit, you must not quit.
Yeah. But yeah, this game is clever and cute for dealing with such a heavy topic. The game leads you around well without dialogue, like conspicuously opening doors for you when you've finished your task in an area. It offers resources about cognitive distortions in the main menu, and it leaves you with a hopeful feeling where Tom has a better day than where he had just tried to see some things differently. So, it's not bright siding it horribly, but it is hopeful. And I loved this game, but it currently has some broken achievements.
Oh no.
And they're off-numbered achievements, so it left my gamer score ending in a 4. I've reached out to the publisher, and they've said a patch is on the way, but I've yet to see one. Going back to check my save file from the second playthrough that I went through to check if I just missed something or if there was a patch yet, revealed a broken save file.
Oh no.
So it might have gotten a patch then if it broke the save.
It's possible. So I'm gonna give it one more try to play through, and see if I got a patch without noticing. But the story is technically completable. It's a good representation of depression for the list. Just be aware of some issues if you don't want to play this short game in one sitting, or you care about achievements.
Well, it's a $5 game. How do you think, or how do you feel about all that?
I am going to give it a try it in the hopes that it's not going to be for everybody. I feel like it was a really good representation of depression. As I mentioned, I think it's worthy in the game space, but because of the broken save file and the broken achievement, I worry that there's some technical issues that they still need to iron out. Hopefully a patch will fix that. But yeah, I can only give it a try it in this state.
Sounds good.
I would gladly give it a buy it if they fix those issues.
All right. Well, maybe in the new year we'll revisit it and see if things are patched and updated.
Yeah.
All right.
This is why I don't trust odd-numbered achievements. All it takes is something to break, and then you're so fucked.
Oh, boo-hoo.
And I blame Joe.
My gamer score ends in a 3.
My gamer score was already messed up, if I'm being honest.
Heinous.
But, yeah, well, because I played Pet Hotel, and that Pet's Hotel had had odd-numbered achievements as well, and I didn't get the 100% yet, so... Yeah, I had like 18.
Odd-numbered achievements.
Yeah. Oh, they don't bother me near.
Joe, you're heinous. So
I've had someone block me because I like odd-numbered achievements.
Yeah.
And they were right to do so.
Like, I don't see what the problem is. It's just a friggin' number. I don't know. Get over it.
You're a monster.
You're a monster. Next game to talk about is Malu the Princess. Developed by Rafael VF, published by Aphil Games, released December 12th, Xbox One, Series X and S, PS4, PS5 for $4.99, Windows Store, also $4.99, separate purchases. Embark on an exciting journey with Malu and Malu the Princess. After her crown is stolen, Malu sets off on a thrilling adventure to reclaim her royal treasure, traverse through 40 challenging levels in this precision platformer where sharp reflexes and skill are your best allies. I have neither of those. I'm sure Jacob doesn't either, but Jacob, tell us about Malu the Princess.
So Malu the Princess is a precision platformer where you just have to get, to the end of the level and go through these doors on to the next level. And yeah, you're going to be dying a lot. Like, to the point that the game actually has achievements related to dying.
Yep.
And a lot. And it is just really frustrating and really annoying. And I know...
Let's get to the meat of this review. 40 levels, how far did you get?
I think I got through...
I gave up at 21. That is where I'm like,
I didn't get that far.
I gave up at 22.
I didn't get that far.
Bri, what are your thoughts on this one?
The jumps feel flat at times. The princess appears to be propelling herself with farts. It was
She's an awesome princess.
Yeah, these are my notes. It was okay at earlier levels.
I'm going to see now in this fucking game is her just farting along.
I found the timing and jumps were not as tight as I wanted them to be.
It really wasn't
cute.
It really wasn't. And like, holy crap, it annoyed the ever living shit out of me. How many times like I died from these jumps that just never
Yeah.
Princess, jump over here.
Pretty much. But yeah, I got stuck on level 22, couldn't progress no matter how hard I tried. There was a moving platform and some moving spiky balls, and the timing was off on the game. I actually wrote to the publisher about that because the timing is so bad. I felt like there could have been more checkpoints.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
More than one level, please.
Yeah, I found this one to be way more irritating than it was fun.
Yeah.
Yep. I was not pleased.
I can agree there. It's $5. What do you think?
No.
I'm like, part of me is just like, I've spent worse on like, I've bought worse things with $5, but it's just like, I just didn't have fun.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't like giving those kind of reviews, but
I don't either.
No, I can't recommend it. It was annoying. It wasn't fun.
I agree. This one I would pass on. Unless you're a sadist, then have fun.
Yeah, it's not not even easy enough for the achievements. I mean, if it was just meh and there were, you could still get all the achievements, I'd say fine, but I feel like it has some serious issues with some timing and stuff and some of these jumps and obstacles.
Yeah. Even the achievements, like they already added an extra 1,000 and 800 of them are for like level 26, 27, 28, and 29.
Oh, that's cool.
God,
I'm never going to get.
Yeah. So at least one of them is for dying a lot. So I got 200 points there.
Yeah.
Hey. Next up, BROK, Natal Tale, A New Christmas, developed and published by COWCAT, released today, December 13th on Steam as a surprise release for free. When students Graph and Ott are called upon to celebrate Natal Untail, a corrupted version of Atlaze's ancient tradition, I'm sure I'm messing these up, they'll discover that even in this decaying world, the values of sharing and friendship endure as life's greatest treasures. Bri, tell us about your time with BROK.
So this is a visual novel that starts off with Graph, a somewhat depressed teenage cat who was adopted by BROK the Investigator, and switches to some other characters throughout the story so we can see how things come together in the end. The character art reminds me of Don Bluth animations. This takes place in a far future where humanity has mutated and the world is full of anthropomorphic animal characters. And this is a Christmas tale to go alongside the main punch-and-click adventure you might already be familiar with. Natal Untail is the world's Christmas celebration, and the students have to participate for a grade. You need to work and earn to buy yourself something special. Some people find this a little bit narcissistic and the product of the ruling body and not in the spirit of giving that it once was. So our characters have a bunch of adventures that show them the true meaning of the season of Natal Tale, like the ancients celebrated, that's us. And it's a lovely return to the world of BROK. There's familiar art and characters that make up this heartwarming tale. And it came with an announcement that there is a BROK DLC coming soon.
Ooh.
So more punch and click action. So yeah. I mean, it's free. It's probably like an hour.
That's a
or
rather
so.
personal question.
No, it's not.
Aki, did you also read this one?
I did not get a chance to play it.
You didn't? Oh, yeah. It's about an hour, and it was very cute. If you're already familiar with, BROK the Investigator, it's just a nice little way to come back to it, and it's, good Christmas content. If you're a streamer or something and you're just looking for something heartwarming and simple you can do, it's a very easy, quick read, and it was very cute.
Cool. Well, it is free 99. What are your thoughts?
Go grab it.
It's also
out on
mobile,
and it's there you go. So it's available in a lot of places.
Now here's the other question. They have a BROK postcards and support the dev pack for $2.99. It includes 15 digital postcards and a donation to the devs for their time and effort. Is it worth $3?
Say yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. That's cool.
Give $3 to COWCAT as thanks for all the hard work they do. Cool beans. Let's talk about some DLC. First is Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, Secrets of the Spires, developed by Massive Entertainment, published by Ubisoft, code provided by Ubisoft for the purpose of this coverage. Released as DLC for Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora on November 28th for Series X and S, PS5, and PC for $14.99. Also part of the Season Pass. Epic aerial battles await in the Spires of the Clouded Forest, a spectacular new mountainous region in Pandora's western frontier. Explore and discover a fresh open world built to elevate the thrill of flying on your Banshee. Aki and Bri, I think both of you played this. Not sure how far you got, Bri, but Aki, I know you played the DLC. Aki, tell us what's going on in Secrets of the Spires.
Okay, so first things first, you do not have to beat the main game to actually start this. You are, like the previous DLC, you're able to completely skip the main campaign and go directly into this. You shouldn't do that because this is supposed to be post-main game stuff, so they will talk about parts of the ending of the game and the like. You won't know any of these people that you're talking to start this mission, so I would suggest waiting until you finish the actual game itself to start either of these DLCs. But this one, you are heading off to the Spiral, which is basically the edge of their region where all the Na'vi live. And you're trying to go there to collect a group of people who originally split off from another clan, because this clan basically was dissolved, more or less, in the past, and has started to come back together. And they're like, these are where most of our elders went who had lots of information that we need to thrive. I don't have time to go and find them. Can you go look for them and try and bring them back so we can get this knowledge and teach the young this stuff again? And so you go off, and it turns out there's a bunch more sky people, i.e. jackass humans, over there too, being jackasses like all humans always are. And in this place, they have started taking to the skies to fight them more so than the other places, because this area is mostly giant outcroppings of rock, floating islands, which isn't super abnormal for Pandora, but it's not super common in the base game. There's like one area that has a bunch of that, and that's it. And that's all this area is a bunch of floating rocks and stuff. So they take their Ikron, which are the pterodactyl-looking things, and they've decided to create a new way of fighting. Instead of just shooting your arrows and shit from on top of these things, they've created mounted crossbows that you equip to your bird and shoot a motherfucker. It is fantastic. However, the enemies have also created their own tricks, and their tricks kind of suck a lot of ass. The humans have decided to start flamethrowing everything, which sucks. Especially when you get a flamethrower right to the face. It hurts a lot. And that taught me not to get close to the giant mechs that I was used to punching over and over and over until they broke. Because I'm a very hands-on individual. And yeah, one of the first quests you do when you get to this new section is literally getting the parts to craft this crossbow that you put on your Ikron. And it teaches you some new moves for this DLC. One where I couldn't get it to work, but you're supposed to be able to get flipped off the bird to be flung off so you can grab something at a distance.
Flip you the bird.
I always flip you the bird, so it's fine. And I couldn't get that to work. So, because you're supposed to hit B and then Y, and it's supposed to, I guess, just flick you off. And it didn't work for me. So instead, I just had the hold B, which is how you dismount in the middle of the air, hundreds and hundreds of feet off the fucking ground, and hope that I reached the thing I needed to reach. And if I failed, then I had to call the bird and fly back up there, and I had to keep trying that. So that kind of sucked. But you also get a brand new skill tree added for this DLC, which is all about that mounted combat. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. You also have new beasts to deal with here. There's some weird bat-like things that even at max level, because if you skip the main story and go into this, you are max level with all the skills unlocked, except for anything new in the new game, as well as really good gear. And I couldn't even hurt these bat things. So don't try to fight the bat things when you come across them at the beginning of the game. Run, because that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, it was a fun little thing. I enjoyed what I played of it. I did not get to finish it because I didn't have time to do so, but I really like it.
Bri, did you get any time with it?
I didn't get any time with the DLC. I was actually just starting the game fresh. So my comments on the game to start with are it's beautiful.
Yes, it is.
It's huge and open, and that's almost a little overwhelming at times. I loved the voice acting that I ran into. I really I'm enjoying what I've played of it so far, and I'm looking forward to playing more so that I can get to the DLC.
Yeah, see, you gave me homework of Slay the Spire, but no, this is my homework. I'm going to be beating this.
Not slaying the Spire, it's the secrets of the Spires.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm going to beat the main game first, but yes, I do plan on beating both these DLCs as well. Because the Xbox that I currently have access to, it gets super, super hot while playing this game, just like mine did. But it doesn't crash.
Yeah, that's what happens with intensive games. They heat the system.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's well ventilated.
Yeah, but this Xbox doesn't crash when it gets super hot. So I'm going to play this entire game instead of focusing on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This is the game I'll be playing because I really do want to play this. Everyone here should probably know that I'm a big fan of Star Wars. I think this game's probably better than Outlaws. Honestly, I like this game much more. So do with that what you will. I'm a huge fan of Star Wars. I love Star Wars. This is the better game between the two.
Cool. Well, the DLC's $15. Aki, what do you think?
Oh, I'm 100% for this. I think you should get the version of the game that comes with the season pass, just because it's a little cheaper.
Bri, your thoughts on the game as a whole?
I would say it's a buy it. I'm converted now that I've gotten into it.
Dope. Sounds good. All right. Next up, Grant, take it away. Pinball FX Williams Pinball Volume 8, developed and published by Zen Studios, released December 12th as DLC for Pinball FX for $14.99. Dive into 3 tables of Williams retro goodness of some of the most action-packed tables ever created. Black Knight 2000, Bonsai Run, and Earthshaker take you back to the arcades of the 80s for hours of silver ball fun. Bri, Ball Squad us. What's going on in Pinball Volume 8?
Bri here, returning as Ball Squad correspondent to talk about the release of some classic Williams tables now remade for Pinball FX. Williams has something like 450 machines in their catalog dating back to 1946, and this is just a few of them from the late 80s. The Williams Pinball Volume 8 comes with 3 different tables: Bonsai Run, Black Knight 2000, and Earthshaker. All 3 are action-packed. Hey, we've already said these things. And the modern animated elements on the tables are fun. It was really fun going back and looking at some of the information and pictures for the historic tables to see how they matched up. And they matched up well. In Pinball FX, the tables come with different modes: classic, pro, hot seat, and arcade. You have options for normal or realistic physics. And you get some challenges and online rankings to play with as well. When you load up the tables, there are some history facts during the table flyover, and I'm going to throw some of those at you and some that I found online as well. Being that these are classic tables, you can play one that is faithful to the original table as possible, and a modern version with extra fun animations and features. You just press B to switch between them. So first, Bonsai Run was released in 1988. This one is set apart for its upper playfield, called the Bonsai Field, which looks like motocross. To reach the top, players must first challenge one of 4 riders by completing matching color targets on the horizontal playfield. When you reach the top, your bike rides up, releasing a smaller ball that you fling around the dirt track while your main ball stays locked. It's pretty cool how they engineered that. You're a dirt bike stunt rider out to prove yourself by completing laps around the map. Try for Super Cycle Plunger Stunt Shot. If you can get the ball locked in the upper field, you can get yourself a fancy multiplay ball. Or multi-ball play. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. And this is a somewhat rare table because of the high cost of the upper playfield. Not that many were made. On the horizontal playfield, the bottom looks like you're riding a bike. The gas tank is the ball saver in the center. And the modern version of the table, when you push the plunger, it revs the engine of the handlebar of the dirt bike, which is super cool. That was a nice addition. But this table was harder to get used to because you're zoomed out a bit so you can see that upper playfield at the same time. I eventually figured out by accident how to get into a better view where it zooms in and then switches to the upper field when you're in it. I had a lot of fun with this one, but for me, it felt like it was a much lower scoring table than some others, and that could just be because I suck.
I'm looking up some info on Bonsai Run. 1,750 units were produced, and right now the estimated value is about 10 grand for a table.
Yeah. Like
That's
I said, fairly rare. Yeah, considering that the other 2 tables, they were in the 5,000 range for units made. So definitely a rarer table. And it's also a first for Pat Lawler. His second one was Earthshaker, which is also in this pack, released in 1989, about an earthquake. He's probably best known for tables like Whirlwind, The Addams Family, and The Twilight Zone. So that was his first table was Bonsai Run. That's crazy. But yeah, so Earthshaker, the original ad for the table wants you to feel the difference in the table, like the Richter scale. And I think one of the coolest features of this table is the collapsing building. You got on a ball lock, and when you get your controller, your controller vibrates, and the table shakes, and it shouts, "Earthshaker!" It's very, very cool. The modern version of the table, you have a classic convertible car on the bottom left, and certain actions that rack up miles to give you extra points. The music is some surf rock road tunes. This felt like an easier table to rack up some high scores. The colors are bright, and I had a ton of fun with it. But I got one more table I need to talk about in this pack, and that's Black Knight 2000. So let's talk about a little back history. Black Knight, originally released in 1980 with a limited edition of 600 tables. It released again in 1981 with more tables. This is Black Knight 2000, released in 1989, and is technically a sequel. When this table came out, it boasted all digital, totally orchestrated, and choreographed sound package with synced speech, singing, music, and sound effects, meaning the sound, lights, and ball action occur to the beat of the music. It's rock with a choir, and it's fabulous. The choir chants, "You can do it!" And that kept me wanting to go back and try and beat the Black Knight. Some features of this table are the Skyway ramp, a drawbridge you can lower, a magma save supercharged ball saver. The modern version has the Black Knight standing there to laugh at you when you fail, to boast and encourage you to take him on, and to throw lightning bolts at the playfield when you get a lightning ball bonus. This table is hard. There are a bunch of small lanes and barriers in the middle of the table, making it a challenge to get up to the bumpers in the upper part of the field to rack up points. But this one kept me coming back to it more than the others.
Jacob, you should have made that joke on the show.
Oh.
Black Knight 2000. It's the futuristic sequel to the Martin Lawrence classic.
Oh my goodness. I totally forgot that was a thing. I would also note that this pack comes with an achievement for each table, It was a really fun pack to play, and I loved learning the history of these tables. I would say my favorite overall was Black Knight 2000, just for the theme and the music. But yeah.
Very cool. The pack is $14.99. There is a free trial that you could try for the tables if you want to give them a quick spin. It's not long, but it gives you a feel for the tables. And if you want to buy them, it's $15 for the 3-pack. What do you say?
I mean, you're getting a rare table, you're getting some fun tables, you're getting some Pat Lawler originals. I think that is super cool, and the price is consistent with the other Williams packs. I would say this is fun, and I'd say go buy it.
Cool. And it's not $10,000.
Yeah, it's not $10,000 to play Bonsai Run.
Yeah. All right, next up, we got an update to talk about with Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions getting a Winter Spirit Cosmetics pack developed and published by Mooncube Games, released November 27th on Steam for $4.99. Get into the winter spirit with this collection of holiday and winter-themed spirit skins. Dress Lenny up in a reindeer outfit and be careful not to take a bite out of the delicious-looking gingerbread dust bunny. Whatever your style, you'll find a whole bundle of goodies to customize your spirits for the chilly season. Aki and Bri, both of you love this. Aki, how about you start off? What's going on with the cosmetics pack in Spirit City?
Okay, so this is a lot of different outfits for all your animals and maybe some stuff in the building. I'm not entirely sure on that because, as we know, the last update that we talked about was a winter update for Christmas and other winter holidays. And I was in a preview build of that to play it, because that's how reviews work. And when I went in to play this, I found some items that I could buy in the store. So I don't know if those were part of the update that just weren't active for me, or if they were part of this DLC. Because some of the DLC, like most of the costumes for the various animals, you didn't have to pay for anything. They just were free for you. So I'm not sure. But lots of the outfits you get for your animals are very Christmas related. Either they're gingerbreads or they look like candy canes, which is actually really cute. On the there's a
Inkwell.
Firefly type
The Inkwell
one.
looks like peppermint candy cane ink. It was very cute.
Yes. There are some that are kind of weird. Like, there was one of the, I don't remember which creature it was, but it was just purple. Just purple.
I don't know, but I got one for you. The bee looks like Rudolph the red-assed bee deer.
Yes, I love that. That's what I was trying to come up with when you mentioned the Inkwell. It was fantastic. Even its little glow up butt is red. It's great.
Yeah.
Most of the the skins for the animals actually make sense. Most of them are, it's this light blue, but it has like a snowflakes on it or stuff like that. There were only a few where I was like, I don't understand. Like, for instance, there's one where it just turns the creature purple. That's it. There's no design on it. It's just purple. And I'm like, that. Whilst I like that because I love the color purple, that is not Christmassy in any conceivable way. But most of them do make sense. You got gingerbread, you got wrapping paper, of various types, I might add. I found some of that even for the walls and floors as well, which was kind of interesting. Yeah. There's just a lot of really cute stuff in it. Bri, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the console monkey looked like he was made of gingerbread. Lenny the cat has a Santa hat. I mentioned some of my other, notables. But all the spirits have some kind of Christmas theme or snowy, wintry theme. I think it's a great way to get your spirit companions to match the festive winter decor from the last update. And if you're already playing this game, I mean, this is a great add-on for you to grab. I mean, yeah. Yeah,
they're going to be releasing more little add-ons like this that are going to be doing various other things. Like they're thinking of maybe adding new rooms and new places that you can visit that are outside of the room that you're in, like
Disney
a
Dreamlight
cafe.
Valley.
No,
Oh no.
Yeah,
Like
no, it's
no,
that,
like a
this is-
cafe, for
Aki,
instance.
this sounds like your Disney
no.
Dreamlight Valley.
No. And so, like, there's already a new pack that you can see on the storefront, which is why I brought this up. That's going to be new kitchen stuff. So, yeah, once that comes out, I'll hopefully let you know.
Well, this DLC is $5. What do you two think?
I'm for it.
That's cheaper than a Star Path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better, too. It's cute. I'm totally for it.
Sounds good. All right, we got 2 more games to talk about, and it's getting kid-friendly in here. George, take it away.
Kids Corner! With Jacob and friends!
All right, we got Dogman Mission Impossible, developed by Floor 84 Studio, published by Mindscape, released December 6th on Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5, and PC for $39.99. Dogman Mission Impossible brings the beloved book series to life. Help Dogman and his friends chase down super bad guys in their most impossible mission yet. Jacob, what's Dogman?
So Dogman is based on a very successful series of books that's also by the guy who did Captain Underpants.
I knew it.
Yeah. And so I'm not that familiar with Dogman. I'm more familiar with Captain Underpants because that's what my kids are into right now. But there is a movie coming out next year, which I was assuming that this had something to do with. But yeah, so it is a simple kids 2D platformer, and you can control one of 3 characters from the books. There's obviously Dogman, who has the ability to tunnel underground. There's the little cat guy. I don't remember what anybody else's names are. But there's a little cat guy who can fit into smaller areas, and also because he weighs less, blocks that would normally break under anyone else, if they were standing on him, they won't break if the cat's there. And then there's this robot that can jump really high, but he's also really tall, so he can't fit into smaller areas.
And he breaks the platforms immediately. Yes,
which is it can be kind of annoying as you have to constantly swap between the different, like, the members of the Super Buddies. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I thought that was, like, there are times during levels where I'm just like, oh yeah, okay, like, this is working out really well. And then there are so many they're not even puzzles, it's just crap you have to just get past. Oh yeah, I should have said. Right.
Does it feel impossible?
At times, yeah, it does. It's just like there's stuff that's really hard to get past, and the only solution is to quickly flit in between the characters, because you'll have to have, like, one of them crush blocks and then the other one dig, and, like, that one I just got stuck on it for so long. And it was ridiculous because I'm like, this is aimed at 8-year-olds. Like, why am I getting stuck on this? And it was just like a lot. I mean, yeah, there's that, but yeah. But it's just, like, those kind of moments happened so frequently. It's just, I don't know. Like, I wish that there had been more balance to this game. Like, it's not particularly hard, and I do appreciate the fact that it's bringing back, like, that kind of 2D platformer. Like, the colors are fun, the enemies are interesting. Like, I love the design of them all. Like, I assume
visuals are great. Like, I got a Cuphead vibe out of this early. Yeah, obviously different style, but just in spirit, the visuals just reminded me of that.
The visuals are great, but then at the same time, like, the levels, it just kind of felt like the design of them. on one hand, it's like reintroducing like the old school Super Mario mechanics that like we grew up with. And so like that makes it like a pretty cool game to like for parents to share with their kids. But at the same time, like the platforming just felt uninspired in a lot of the levels, and it just, I don't know. It was like, all right, well, I played 5 levels of this. I'm just going to come back to it later. Like, I'm good for right now. I don't know. I wanted to like it more. I really did. I think it needs some fine tuning, and maybe balancing some stuff out. And I do appreciate the fact though that like there isn't like an invincibility mechanic to it. It's just like if you die way too many times, the game actually suggests like, hey buddy, like, why don't you go take a break? Like all your progress is saved. We're still going to be here. Like, so not that I saw that screen ever.
Oh no,
but
I'm sure you never did.
No, not once. I saw it from a screenshot of somebody else.
Totally.
It's this girl up in Canada. You wouldn't know her.
She goes to a different school.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just I wanted to like it more. It's a good platformer, but for the amount of money that you pay for it, I don't know that like a lot of kids will be chomping at the bit, as it were, for it.
I like the game,
but then again, who knows?
Right.
Maybe at the same time, maybe that's kind of the point, that like kids can play it with their parents, and like everybody's gonna have to pass the controller and stuff like that. Maybe. Everybody get a different shot at it. I don't know. There's a lot of ways to go at it. It's a challenging platformer. If you're looking for something breezy to go through, it's kind of breezy, but at the same time, it will be challenging. So, yeah.
Yeah, I had fun with it, but for the price, I wish it were better. It's a $40 game. What do you think?
Wait for a sale.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It's fun. It's cute, but like, I don't know, $20 maybe I would have jumped on this.
Yeah. I mean,
or 40 honestly, just seems really steep.
There is a physical release
that makes sense then,
for PlayStation and Switch. I don't know about Xbox.
Probably not.
But so that might actually be why it's like, I mean, plus also is a license. So
yeah.
All
right. Well, we got one final game for the year. And we're going to go out with a bang with one of our favorite series, Hidden Cats in Santa's Realm, developed by NukeArt Studio, published by Silesia Games, released December 10th on Xbox One and Series X and S for $3.99. It's Christmas time, and following the annual tradition, it's time for Santa's icy realm to be in full steam. Join the festive fun and search for all the hidden cats, one by one among the elves, to color the town piece by piece. Play through different modes, find special cats, and unlock bonus levels. Bri, I know it's a buy it. Just tell us about the game.
Time for me to say some similar but different things about a game series you probably heard me talk about before. If you've never heard me talk about a NukeArt's Hidden Cats game before, here's the details. The main game is a huge kitty-filled Santa Realm drawing where you collect all the hidden cats. The cats will meow to help you find them when you're nearby. There are 2 modes, normal with 120 cats in fixed positions with 3 hints available, and advanced with 200 cats in random positions, along with special cats and city people to find. There is spirited music themed for the scene. The scene colors in as you go in sections to make it easier to search. When you finish this snowy churchful scene, you get fireworks. But wait, there's more! Yay. When you find the special cats, you unlock 6 more levels, like Candy Factory, the Reindeer Stable, and an Elven Pub, each with 50 to 100 kittens a piece to find in each.
I thought you said 50 to 100. I'm like, oh my God.
To 100. Sometimes those kittens are hidden behind things that wiggle to get your attention to help you find them. And that's not all. Once you complete the bonus levels, you unlock the Snowball Fight bonus level with 100 cats and 100 city people to find. City people are revealed 4 at a time, so this level takes a while, but it's super cute seasonal fun. All told, there were over 900 cats and people to find when you get yourself some holiday cheer. As an extra bonus, you get dark mode and colorblind accessibility features at no additional cost. At such a reasonable price, you can get it for yourself and spread the cheer to gift it to a friend without breaking the bank. Act now!
Well, it's $4. Tell us.
I was about
Do
to
it.
say, this is coming off like an infomercial.
That was the point. I actually wrote this one completely out, and I went for it. Thank you.
Well done.
GG. All right, we're done. We made it through.
Oh,
the end
thank
of the year.
God.
That's the end of the year, the end of the show.
Woo!
Man, it's been a long year.
Okay.
It has.
What are your final thoughts for the year? My final thoughts is I want to say thanks to all of you for being a part of this show and being here every week. And I really got to pee. So you two talk and you three talk and I'll be back.
Yeah, he has to go pee.
They
He's
made
gonna
me
go
drink
cry.
so much tonight.
He's gonna go cry in the bathroom.
Oh.
He's gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna hear Aki and Bri. I can do it.
That is something worth crying about.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my goodness. I was going to say, I didn't talk about my other favorite thing of the year besides favorite games, which was I got to do a tech review of the Turtle Beach Stealth 700 headset. And I'm really appreciative of that tonight because it has enabled me to go do things during other people's reviews because I can walk all over the house with this thing. It's been great. I got the cat box done while Jacob was doing a review. I got up and used the bathroom and I didn't have to miss a cue. It was great.
I mean, I do that too, but that's because I shove my phone in my boob pocket.
Yeah, well, I have a separate microphone, so yeah, I just mute that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna keep talking.
here he comes.
All right. Feel better?
Oh. I was holding that for like the past half hour.
You should have recorded while you were in there.
I can't bring my mic into the bathroom.
You'll record in a hospital, but you won't record in your own bathroom. Jeez.
I can't bring the mic to the bathroom with me.
Quitter.
Not with that attitude.
More
You can't.
hydrates.
Oh, drinking more. You assholes. You
At least they're not making you
buttheads.
drink weird sodas.
True. Well, anyway, again, that is the end of the show. Thank you all for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday, a wonderful new year, a wonderful January, a wonderful We'll see you in February.
You're just going to read off all the months, aren't you?
A wonderful February, a wonderful March, April.
God damn it.
May, June. Oh, we're cursing after the kids' corner thing. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
It happens. It's been a long shit.
It's been a long shit.
We're going on nearly 4 hours now. So
Yeah.
Gross.
Some of us are.
it is time to wrap this up. Music this episode. We're going to end the year with some Stemage. Christmas, beautiful Stemage, Christmas holiday, good stuff. Raider Biz, thank you for the 100 biddies. I want to thank everyone who donated biddies today, who subbed, who hung out, who chilled in chat, who stayed for giveaways and everything else. I love all of you. Does anyone have any final words to end the show?
Have a happy whenever you celebrate and don't forget to take time for yourself.
Are you going to pull the name for this contest or what?
After,
Oh, geez, wrap up the show then. I want to win this game.
I'm going to make sure you lose.
What? You can't do that.
You want to bet?
He has the power.
Really? Suspicious.
All right, I'm stopping the show. Here's some music.